cross. It's a left-footed shot. It was tagged by Savarino, but it is a big block by Escobar, who's in there. That looked like it was going on target.
And it's just kind of a lackadaisical approach from the Dynamo. They're just chasing guys, and it does fall to Savarino. It's a great ball from Arango, who we talked about his ability to connect. And Escobar has to get the tackle right. It prevents a shot on goal.
It's a 2-on-1 out here. They play the short one. It's Luna. It's whipped in towards the near post. Boy, that ball was dipping and diving at the near post. Clark with great clean handling there for the Houston Dynamo after Savarino whipped that in, but that was a nervy moment.
And it's just a simple 2-on-1. It was a corner kick that led to a shot. Ben Olsen will be frustrated with that. Dynamo need to realize this is a playoff game. The sense of urgency is kind of fallen off since the second half started.
Escobar. Bad giveaway to Dynamo now. A lot of unforced errors here is not helping them. Here's Luna now. He's running at the defense towards Arango. And fortunately, Griffin Dorsey tucked in beautifully to cut that pass off. Luna was trying to find Arango. Comes all the way back to Vera off the throw for RSL. RSL in the gold, the Houston Dynamo in orange. Glenn Davis, Bobby Boswell, 92.5. Apple TV. Local call. You can also get the stream at ESPN975.com. Here's Luna. Dynamo have kept him in check and away from goal here tonight. Palacio sitting deeper now. Oviedo has switched positions here with Vera for the moment. Or make that, my apologies, that was dropping into midfield, Ojeda.
They've got Palacio sitting between the center backs.
And he's spraying balls like this out wide. This is Oviedo. He's going to get a cross to the far post. Arango's there, tries to nod it back. There's nobody trailing the play. It's Herrera now. There's space for him to run. Hector cuts it back, eliminates a defender, knocks it out wide to Quinones. There's some space for Nelson Quinones. Can he get past Anelli? No, goes back to Herrera, who whips it into the feet of Bassi, who's come central. Coco Carrasquilla bringing the width here along with Dorsey now. Griffin Dorsey played his college soccer at Indiana. Bassi in France with Nancy. And Metz in England with Barnsley. Herrera got tagged late here. Herrera's down, clutching his thigh.
And this is what Pablo Mastroeni said. He wants his guys touching him. And it's Ojeda with a kind of leaves a knee in on the play there. And that's where you would hope the referee would protect guys on the field, knowing that they're going to target him throughout the game.
Herrera's up. But if you're Ben Olsen, you're feeling pretty good about how much of the ball he's gotten tonight.
You have it. I think you need some of the other guys aren't taking care of the ball right there. We saw it with Coco Carrasquilla again, just simple turnovers that we're not used to seeing. And, you got to have a full team performance. Your leader can be playing great, but he needs some support.
Yeah, Coco has struggled a bit. He struggled in Salt Lake. What about Amin Bassi? Did these two need to emerge more?
Absolutely, and Bassi's the other guy that's giving the ball away a lot, and it's little errors that are costing him.
Here's Quinones in full flight. He's got a better matchup here with Glad, but getting back is Anelli, who's done a good job of trying to take the edge off of him. Here's a switch of play to Dorsey. Here's Dorsey. Oviedo comes out to him. He knocks it back to Herrera. Do you get the sense that sometimes the Dynamo overplay the ball to Herrera? In that case, maybe Dorsey should take on a defender there. He's one-on-one.
No, not at all. I think he's so good on the ball. He always has an idea of what he wants to do. He's 2 steps ahead of most players on the field. So I think it's fine getting him the ball.
Luna. Works a 1-2 with Savarino. He splits 2, including Herrera and Artur. He's played it forward here. And just laid out is Gomez. He's had his control problems here tonight. That's not to say he hasn't made a lot of runs. Here's Bassi in the middle of the field. He's wide open. Quickly whips it out to Quinones. Quinones against Anelli now. Here's Quinones trying to turn the corner, and Anelli wins it again. This has been a wise decision from Mastroeni because Anelli has done well on Nelson Quinones tonight.
He has, and even on that play, Quinones is faster than him, and he put the ball by him, but he had good positioning, Hanelli, and he was able to recover.
Well, getting back to Amin Bassi and Coco Carrasquilla, between the two of them, they have lost the ball 26 times here tonight, so our eyes aren't deceiving us. McMath.
And that's killer, Glenn. Those are guys that you need to be on top of their game, and those are turnovers that are, in a game of margins, fine margins and small errors can lead to big errors. You can't have that happen.
Justin Glad, Palacio, Tavera picks his head up back to Palacio. Bassi now presses him, and he goes back to Zach McMath. All but one game started this year for McMath. Had 4 saves on Monday, including saving a penalty from Amin Bassi, if you want to call it saving it, because it was it right at him. But he held his ground. Here's Vera now to Oviedo, the experienced Costa Rican. Oviedo has played a number of games in the Premier League with Everton and Sunderland. Clark. Carrasquilla nods it down. Oviedo wanted a foul. He got nudged off it. Here's Dorsey now. Dorsey with a long touch is left Vera. He's driving into the box. He squares it. It's Baird. Took a deflection. It goes wide. Like they flipped the switch and put it into a second gear. Dorsey took off. Found Baird. Was deflected. And the Dynamo in transition here look exhilarating.
And it was an excellent play from Coco Carrasquilla. He had a big body on Oviedo that sprung Dorsey, and Dorsey knew he was faster than Vera. And if it wasn't for Justin Glad getting a foot on that ball, I think he had picked the lower corner out in Corey Baird. So still positive play, and leads to the set piece with this man, Hector Herrera, on the ball.
Baird did a great job of just stopping his run so that he could create a passing angle from Dorsey instead of continuing towards the goal. It's a Dynamo corner. It's Herrera to take it with his left. Fans are up here. See if he can get a second off a set piece. Here's Herrera to the far post. It's Sviatchenko trying to go up, but Vera got a head on it. It's another corner for the Houston Dynamo, brought to you by Kroger. $50 to kids' meals. Hector Herrera taking corners, running the show here.
They were targeting Sviatchenko there, and this is a spot when he gets it on his right foot. Keep an eye on Griffin Dorsey. He likes to try to get across the front guy, who will be Gomez in this situation, and getting a touch on it, putting it in a dangerous area. Well, now he's going to load the box in front of McMath.
Well, there's 8-9 players in front of McMath. Herrera to take the corner. It's an in-swinger with his right foot. He bends it in. He was trying to go for goal, maybe almost. Nobody at the near post. Hits the side netting out for the goal kick. 64th minute here at Shell Energy Stadium. You're listening on Houston Soccer Station 92.5, streaming at ESPN975.com. Don't forget, Soccer Matters is Tuesday night. Palacio. RSL trying to get out of their own half of the field here. It's Oviedo now at the halfway line. He'll knock it back in the middle to Palacio. He hits a laser-like accurate pass to an Ellie who's pushed forward. Quinones is back defending. Ojeda now. He switches it. It's Oviedo. He'll get across into the far post. The header, it's tied up. It's Diego Luna. Crossing and finishing for RSL. And Luna has tied the game up here and stuns Shell Energy Stadium. Big switch of the point of attack to Oviedo, who got the cross in. And one of the smallest men on the field nods home the equalizing header.
And we talked about how important Diego Luna is for Pablo Mastroeni. He's just kind of buzzing around. He pops up in weird places, and he just kind of goes unmarked. Not a single person on him. He follows himself into the box. It's a great ball, but the header is even better. He heads it down like you're taught. It's a slick surface, and he heads it into the side netting.
But you're right, Bobby. Completely untracked. He gets between Escobar and Mikhail. But that's a clear header.
It's an easy header in terms of he's wide open. He does a lot. There's a lot to be done on it. There's nothing Steve Clark can do from that distance with the power that he had, but he did run unmarked. I believe Hector Herrera was the one that was closest to him that could have marked him, but Salt Lake has been getting the ball wide and putting it in the box. Dynamo normally good at protecting the box, weren't good on that one, and as you said, it's the smallest guy on their team coming up with that big header.
20-year-old Diego Luna, who's represented the U.S. at the under-20 level, has absolutely been a spark for Real Salt Lake. Tonight has been kept away from the penalty box for the most part, but sneaks in there to get an equalizing header. Right back come the Dynamo. Carrasquilla goes down. Penso is right there. Here's Oviedo. It is 1-1 now. 67th minute. Foul. Penso says no, get up. Here's Quinones. Here's Herrera now. Herrera's dumped. He's not going to give a free kick. Didn't give one to Arango, doesn't give one to Herrera. And then here comes RSL. Savarino. Luna's in the box again. It's swept away by Sviatchenko. It's going to be a corner RSL. But they are revving their engines here a little bit, looking for a second now against the Dynamo in the 68th minute.
Steve Clark is telling his guys to calm down. You don't want to get into a track meet with some of these guys that RSL has.
Two arms up in the air. Savarino to take the corner, the Venezuelan. And he's such a key piece of this team. He's going to curl it out towards the 6. Herrera with a towering header. RSL is going to maintain possession here. This is Anelli. Nelly started game one in midfield for RSL. They were so depleted, and then they finally got back Justin Glad and in some shape or form and fashion for 35 minutes in the second game in Sandy with Chicho Arango, who came on here to start the second half. Oviedo whips it into the feet of Luna. Luna back to Oviedo. A 65-minute goal for Luna after the cross from Oviedo. There's Bassi. Bassi's got a lot of room in the middle of the field. Quinones now. Dynamo trying to get a few players in front of the ball. The only guy in front of the ball is Baird. It's a one-man show. It's Quinones. Cross is going to come over. It is going to be a goal kick, as it was not touched by RSL, as Nelson Quinones really had a tough time getting in behind Anelli and RSL today.
He's now just being more direct and going at him. That was a better play in terms of creating the space, but the end product still wasn't there, and he kicks it out for a goal kick. But Anelli's breathing pretty hard. We talked about RSL putting a ton of effort into the first half pressing, and now they put a ton of effort into chasing that goal. Can the Dynamo, get some more possession and punish them? RSL had 8 guys in the box on that cross. The Dynamo had 2 players. So,
telling stat here, the Dynamo, yes, 51 entries to 23, but they only have 1 shot on goal, and it's Savarino now who's broken away for the moment. Artur comes back to help out. Challenge in the box from Mikael. This is Gomez on the end line. Still Gomez somehow has maintained possession. Finally gets stripped by Escobar. Glad steps up to win it for RSL. He seems to be growing in confidence here with the equalizer. Dynamo got to wrestle this game back from Real Salt Lake. Andreas Gomez, the young Colombian, is down along the end line, clutching his head.
I think Hector Herrera bumped into him. He's made a meal of that.
Nothing in that. We're looking at a monitor here on a replay. Pablo Mastroeni up off his bench. Ben Olsen has sat back down now. Into the 71st minute. Remember, directly to penalty kicks. If this is tied, it's going to be another corner for Real Salt Lake.
And that's what we talked about. Salt Lake was comfortable going into the half at 1-0 down. They've been down in both series, and they have been able to score goals to bring it back. So I feel like they feel fine with their game plan, knowing what they have on their bench and what their strategy has been this whole time.
17 games, they've gotten 12 results on the road. This is an excellent road team. Off the corner, it's Vera. Headed away by Artur again, who's a nemesis at that near post defending corners. Luna trying to battle and win it back. He's got a bit of a street fighter element to his game. It's a breakout here. It's Herrera. He can produce the pass. Baird is open. So is Dorsey. Hector Herrera's dropped an amazing ball to Dorsey. And what a play from Savarino. Comes back defensively. And now we'll try to build it out of the back. Savarino went stride for stride with Dorsey. Arango goes down after some contact, minimal, with Sviatchenko. Dynamo have the ball back. Here's Herrera now. The Mexican international to Carrasquilla. There's Dorsey to the end line. Can he get it over? He hangs it up with the four post. Herrera's there. It's headed away. Diving header to head it away and concede the corner. The Dynamo and Hector Herrera will go to the corner. Vera's going to pick up a yellow. MD Anderson proud to be the official cancer center of Houston Dynamo FC. Manelli with a big play there, concedes the corner. Box is loaded up. Fans are all up here. Everybody standing here at Shell Energy Stadium. Herrera curls it in towards the six. Headed away by Arango. RSL center forward back there doing the defensive work. Bassi now. The Moroccan magician drops it on the chest to Herrera on the far side of the field. Hector pulling out wide now in Nelson Quinones' place. Quinones goes into the middle. Escobar. Bassi's got a lot of room central here. He's got Dorsey. He's got Coco. Coco in the box now. Coco Carrasquilla's left-footed shot. Not on target. Had a little window, a margin to get the shot off. Couldn't put it on target. And the Dynamo finishing tonight is leaving something to be desired.
It has, and Coco did really well there to kind of hold the play up. You had Dorsey going around the side. We're used to seeing him deliver that ball. Oviedo bit on it. Unfortunately for Coco Carrasquilla, he puts it up into the bar section of the stadium, and just a bad shot on goal, or off goal rather.
Herrera's had 99 touches here tonight. Again, the Dynamo only one shot on target, 3 for RSL. Herrera doing everything he can to the feet of Baird. Baird hit a blind ball. He thought Carrasquilla was there. Offside flag is up. It's going to be a free kick. Baird came from an offside position. 74th minute. Both teams with the knowledge that if you win here tonight in advance, you get a home field semifinal single elimination game against Sporting Kansas City. And everybody knows Sporting is all eyes on this one here today.
And going back to what I talked about earlier where the Dynamo were up, RSL had a bit of gamesmanship to slow the play down. Now that they've got the game tied, they're going to go back to those tactics, and they have no problem playing this to a 1-1 draw, going to penalties.
Well, they'll probably feel good about penalties, having one in Salt Lake on them. Here's a long ball by Vera towards Arango. Arango tried to draw the foul. Kind of leaned in, took a little contact. Arango's getting more occupied with trying to earn free kicks than he is with playing. Here's a one-touch ball to Carrasquilla. He's onside. Coco squares it back and swept away. Luna. Dorsey wins it back. Carrasquilla. There's Coco. Still get the sense there's a game winner in this. Goes off of Oviedo. Throw in Carrasquilla. Sviatchenko goes all the way back to Steve Clark. Pressure intensifying here. Escobar to Bassi. Herrera towards Quinones. It's bobbled by Anelli, and then he goes back to McMath, who just clears it towards the halfway line, and Savarino. Dynamo win it back, though. Starting to establish control here. To your point, Bobby, do you get the sense that maybe sitting back now, playing for penalties, is RSL at this point in the 77th and playing in transition?
I don't. I think Salt Lake is comfortable with what the score is, and they know that they still have some special players up front that can individually win this game for them. So they're going to keep numbers behind the ball.
So you don't think they're playing for penalties?
I don't. I think that they're...
It's a loss of possession. Oh, Herrera had a chance, but McMath made a big play. Absolute mind-numbing mistake from RSL. Fell to Herrera, but McMath was the quickest thinker on the field. Quick throw to Herrera. Baird hits the penalty area. Dorsey to his opposite side. Here's Bassi, top of the box. Bassi to Quinones. Quinones! Shot is blocked. Off the head of Justin Glad. Carrasquilla. They are defending too deep. RSL now. It's Herrera. He whips it in. And cleared by RSL. The Dynamo are back in a minute. Sviatchenko pulls a shot wide out for the goal kick.
When we talk about teams not making mistakes in playoff soccer, and Zach McMath just made one of the biggest ones that really would have cost his team, and Hector Herrera was able to strip him. There was a ball that was it was actually a Bassi that got it. It fell to Herrera. He tries to play the ball to Bassi, which would have just been a simple tap in. But McMath, instead of retreating back to his goal, he stays out of the box and slides and is able to break up the pass. So huge mistake, but a huge save on his part.
Yeah, corrected it beautifully. Turned into a field player. And you're right, Bobby. He decides to retreat into goal. He's done. Herrera's won it back. They're going to give a free kick to RSL. Crowd going absolutely ballistic here towards the referee, Chris Penso.
And it was Anelli that won the ball. Hector just kind of runs into him. We've seen him let those go tonight, but he pulls that one back. There's not much of an argument there from Herrera. I'm not sure if he just doesn't have the energy to argue or if he feels he got the right call, but gets bailed out by the ref, Anelli.
McMath to take the free kick. 105 touches tonight for Hector Herrera. 25 passes in the final third. Rubio Rubin getting set to come on here for Real Salt Lake. Carrasquilla, Quinones. He's been set free to make it to potentially win it, and the finish is tame and hit right at Zach McMath. Tough finish to hit with your right foot. It's a big ball here towards Luna. Luna's just taking off, running towards the sideline to try and get there and can't. Throw in Dynamo. Who's going to risk it more here, the Houston Dynamo or RSL?
And that was an excellent ball there that sprung Quinones in, and unfortunately for him, Justin Glad's one of the fastest guys on the field and was able to keep pace with him, not let him get it inside and get much on the shot. But maybe you'd love to see him take one or two more touches, get closer to the goal.
Here's our turn now to Sviatchenko. Sviatchenko's ball is going to work out to Baird, who didn't stop his run. It was initially for Carrasquilla. There's Quinones. Can he hit it? Bassi shot is right on. Swiveled the hit in. Bassi goes down. Took some contact. Shot was right at McMath.
This is an interesting one, Glenn, because Vera admits that he got him really good here on the follow-through. I'm not sure that they'll review that, but it's an interesting play because usually you don't see the defender say, yeah, I got him really good. And he does let him play in terms of shooting it on goal right at McMath, but
You're going to be hard-pressed to get a penalty in a game like this on that play.
And you see the replay. There doesn't appear to be a whole lot in it.
So Rubio Rabin is going to come on for Gomez. Andreas Gomez certainly did a lot of running here tonight. How would you assess his game?
He had moments where he was really effective, and he challenged the Dynamo. He had a really excellent chance in the first half that he created for himself. I think he'll be frustrated that he didn't score that goal. But the Dynamo did well to take him away from making an impact in the second half.
It's only a second shot on target for the Houston Dynamo. So if you go to penalty kicks tonight, with as much as you've been in the final third tonight, not a lot you can complain about.
Well, we talked about that, and we said that if you're going to, the Dynamo have shown that the only way they score goals is getting a ton of chances, and they're not the most efficient team in front of the goal. Corey Bair did score a pretty efficient goal in the first half, but they're not the most efficient team in front of goal, so you need to create a ton of chances, and it's just a game that's been devoid of a lot because of the way RSL's playing.
So Thoro Farson comes on, not only to try and find a game winner here, but also because he's exceptional at taking penalties. He hit one on Monday. So penalty takers have been brought on in Rubin and Olfarson, as both coaches now thinking about penalty kicks in the back of their mind. But is there a game winner in this one? There's still plenty of time. 83rd minute. Houston Dynamo and RSL 1-1. Another free kick. Booze raining down on Chris Penso.
And he calls it on Bassi for a challenge. It's a two-handed push on Justin Glad.
It's pretty obvious.
He didn't fight it. He agreed with the ref.
Yeah.
Fans didn't.
Well, the Dynamo fans playing their part here today. There's no question about that. Great, very vocal crowd here. Long direct ball towards Arango. Sviatchenko fell down, got back up. Arango gets doubled up. Artur helps out. It's Luna now. Luna with Sviatchenko around him. Diego Luna to Arango, cleared by Artur. "12 shots for the Dynamo, 3 on target, 8 for RSL, 3 on target. Final third entry, 60 for Houston, 27 for RSL. Dynamo 57% of the possession to 43. And none of that matters right now. Justin Glad goes back to Zach McMath. McMath, Palacio, Glad, who's had to build the game from wide areas here tonight, the center back. And to your point, very mobile.
He is. He's very quick, and the real impressive player tonight has been Palacio.
Arango, he's trying to impress. Arango outside of the football. Oh, it's just flicked over the top. Rubio Rabin, who just came in, nipped in front of Mikael, got the touch to it, and that just goes over the crossbar.
And that was Chicho Arango. He at the outside of his right foot, he plays it in, and with the outside of Rubin's right foot, he is able to redirect the ball just over the crossbar. But that's where Salt Lake, again, this game plan has worked perfectly for them, where they don't need a lot of chances.
Whoa, Dynamo almost got caught there. Ojeda had jumped in. The timing of Rabin. Here's a direct ball over the top towards Karaskia. Tried to knock it down towards Olfarson. 85th minute. Now into the 86th. Here's Herrera now. 5 in attack for the Dynamo. He picks out Quinones on the far side of the field. Here's Nelson. Curls it towards the back post. Headed away by Oviedo. Karaskia and Oviedo. Oviedo grabbing the shoulder. Coco trying to get turned here. It's mano a mano here. He's getting doubled up in the corner now. It'll be a Dynamo throw-in. Artur. Herrera. Dummies it to Bassi. Herrera continues his run. Bassi to Quinones. Olfarson's shot is blocked. Oh, that would have been something if Olfarson could have scored. It's Luna now. Both teams going end to end here. Bad ball from Luna. It's one back. It's Bassi now. Top of the box is Herrera. That's who you want on it. Tackled away by Luna now. Arango. And McMath will pick it up. The outside of the football from Arango to Rubio Rabin, who was hiding behind Mikael and nipped in front. Hearts skipping beats here. Arango knocks it down. It's RSL in possession in the Dynamo half of the field. Quinones, he's been trying it all night long down this left side. And he has been shadowed and marked beautifully by Anelli. Carrasquilla is central. Dorsey's to his right. Overhits it to Dorsey. Dorsey at the end line going to try and square his hips. Cuts it back. Headed away by Vera. Loss of possession from Luna. Coco's won it back here for the Dynamo. Dynamo attacking with 6 here. Dorsey at the top of the box. Knocks it back to Bassi. Here's Bassi now. Carrasquilla out wide here. Amin Bassi now. Escobar, the only man high for RSL right now is Arango. Quinones out wide here, lining up Anelli. 2 step overs, knocks it back. It's Bassi. Bassi's going to try it. Shot is punched right up in the air. There's a header. It's right back at McMath. Thor Olfarsson was on the doorstep. Couldn't get any power on it. McMath punched it in a strange way, and it landed right to Olfarsson.
And we've seen Bassi do this. He can hit the ball with a lot of movement on it, and he hits it right at McMath, but it's got so much movement that he just is forced to punch it and instead of try to catch it, and it goes in the air, and Olfarsson just couldn't get enough power on the header.
McMath will drive it over the halfway line. 89th minute. Gotta think there's some decent stoppage time. Here's Arango again. Be careful. The Colombian by the corner flag now. He's doubled up there. He's about to get triple teamed. And it'll be a throw in RSL. Dynamo now with 4 shots on target to 3 for RSL. Real Salt Lake obnoxiously slow to throw this in here. There's pretty clear what they want to have happen here. And that is go to penalty kicks to determine who goes to the Western Conference semifinals to play Sporting Kansas City. Goes back here to Mikael. Glad steps up. It's a long looping ball in the box, which is dangerous. Mikael does well to get ahead on it in the cool Houston night. Another change. RSL is going to bring on number 17, Danny Musovski, who's an attacking player. One would think also to take a penalty. And Savarino will come off, who has been a pivotal element for them in this series.
He has, and he's one of the more talented players on this team. He's kind of cooled off as the season has gone on. He's their leading scorer still. And then you saw he can, score on the set pieces, which was very vital for last game's goal. But he seems to be struggling anyway, and that might be part of the reason they made the change.
And he's had to adopt some more of the playmaking roles along with Luna, based on the fact that Pablo Ruiz was injured early in the season. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time, which is pretty hard to believe. I was thinking at minimum 4 to 5, but penalty kicks are 2 minutes away here. '28th minute goal from Corey Baird, 65th from Diego Luna. And RSL turned a corner here. Now they'll have an opportunity to load the box up here. and try and pick something off a corner. The Dynamo need to defend this and assure themselves they get the penalty kicks.
I think Salt Lake wasn't sure. Do they want to just kill the clock off, or I think they're a little torn on what do they want to put it in there and risk a counterattack, or I think they're going to go for it.
Well, they're keeping an Ellie back. And also staying back is Oviedo. So it's basically 2 against 1 at the halfway line. It's Vera with his left foot, so they are going for it. Box is loaded up. Dynamo need to kill this off. Penso now here talking with Escobar. And Justin Glad. It's Vera to take the corner here. Dynamo got to kill this off. He curls it in towards the near post. Mikael holds it cleared by Herrera towards Quinones. Oviedo was draped all over him. Vera's quickly getting back here. Still time to get it forward here. Herrera's going to hit a long ball. Coco was on. So is Olfarson. But it's headed away by Oviedo. Olfarson. Is there something dramatic here? Here is Bossi. Here is Hector. Hector top of the box. Quinones flicks it into the box. Ball still loose. Dorsey's there. Tries to get a head on it. McMath pounces on it. We're beyond the 2 minutes. And it will go to penalty kicks here to decide who will go to the Western Conference semifinals against Sporting Kansas City.
And we talked about Salt Lake. They didn't need to come in here and get a win. They just had to get a draw, and they've done that. The Dynamo were pushing there to try to get another goal, but they just haven't been able to break down this Real Salt Lake team, and defensively they've been very good in the last 2 games.
Second half, do you give it to RSL tonight?
You have to, and we talked about them being comfortable and knowing you could bring in Arango on to kind of influence the game. And the Dynamo, they had a lot of opportunities in final third entries, but there weren't a lot of shots on goal, and they didn't really feel like they were going to win that game. In Salt Lake, then once they got their goal, it was job done.
Pretty interesting. We just saw Coco Carrasquilla talking to Amin Bassi, and it was as though he was saying, are you good to take a penalty tonight?
Well, you got to think he's a little bit rattled in that McMath. He saved both of his penalties last game. I know he followed it up and was able to score the first goal, but he saved 2 penalties against him, and that's part of the problem when you've taken 7, 8 penalties in a year. Goalies do seem to notice what your tendencies are, and McMath was keen on what the Dynamo were doing last game. He had 3 or 4 times he guessed the right direction, so they've got to feel confident in their goalkeeper in RSL. But the Dynamo have been in penalty shootouts this year, and they've done well in some and not in others. Can a team go out and make 10 penalties in a row? I doubt that RSL can do that. Steve Clark's going to have to come up with some saves if this team's going to get through.
It's down to penalty kicks. Both goalkeepers will be under the spotlight. As Bobby mentioned on Monday, RSL won in penalty kicks. They could potentially win here tonight without winning a game in 3 and advance to the Western Conference semifinals, but we're not even going to think of that because the Dynamo have a good sense that they are going to take this in penalties here tonight. Who do you give the goalkeeping edge to tonight, regardless of what happened on Monday?
You've got to give it to McMath just based on the fact that he made 2 saves in that game on penalties. And again, he did have 3 other shots that he went the right direction and just wasn't able to get the save. He got his hand on another one and was able to keep it out. But, Steve Clark, he hasn't seen as many players on Salt Lake in terms of the penalties that they've taken. Now he's gotten 5 under his belt, so you would hope that he has an idea of what he wants to do to try to save some going the other way.
So it's Clark against McMath in goal. It's the same as Monday night. We'll see who's going to get to shoot first. It looks like Real Salt Lake as Chicho Arango is heading to the penalty spot against Steve Clark. Clark now raising his arms to the Dynamo supporters group to lift them up. Big smile on his face. Chicho Arango now. The Colombian will shoot first here. And if he gets him off and running, puts the pressure on the Dynamo.
He does, and you've seen a lot of shootouts this year where all it takes is one guy missing, and guys are so good at them now. You've expected them to have practiced these, especially considering the last game was decided by him. So every guy will have an idea of what he wants to do. It's just going to be who can execute and which goalie's going to guess the right way or make the big save if it does fall to their hands.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do taking a penalty is change your mind on your approach. And both these goalkeepers are masters at reading the hips of penalty takers. McMath slaps Arango 5 here. There's a lot of gamesmanship going on here between the two goalkeepers. Finally, Arango puts the ball down. Decibel level goes up here. Here is the Colombian against Steve Clark. Clark played his college soccer in Oakland, Michigan. He's a veteran of MLS against Arango. Arango for RSL. Slow and side foots it in. A little hop and connects. So RSL has scored.
And that was an excellent penalty. You see guys do this. I don't understand the amount of skill that goes into it where they just walk up so slow and wait for the goalie to kind of lean one way or the other. If the goalies don't move, they're good enough and strong enough to play it into the side netting, and that's what Arango does there.
So here's Coco Carrasquilla, the Panamanian, to the penalty spot. Is going to take the first penalty for the Dynamo instead of Amin Bassi this time. So Coco, 2 steps to his left. Here's Carrasquilla, whips a penalty in. Oh, that's ice cold. That's a beautiful penalty from Coco Carrasquilla. We're tied at 1 after round 1.
And we've seen Coco go different ways in different tournaments, and this one is just hit with such power. McMath dives the opposite way.
Rubio Rabin, who represents Guatemala internationally, brought on late in this match for this reason, and almost this reason only, to convert from the penalty spot. It's Rubin against Clark. Rubin has scored. It's 2-1 with the Dynamo up to shoot next with Thor Olfarsson.
And Rubin doesn't mess around. He just runs up with a lot of pace and just puts it to the side. Steve Clark, if he'd guessed the right way, might have had a chance, but he goes the opposite way. It's a well-taken penalty.
Heart-skipping beats here. Every fan in this stadium is up. Thor Olfarsson, who's a penalty expert, scored his penalty on Monday in Salt Lake. Here is the native of Iceland and Duke University against McMath. Olfarsson, slow approach, hesitates, scores. Thor Olfarsson. That's a penalty.
And he does what he did the other day. He has this really awkward 3-step penalty, but he goes so slow. There's not much momentum for McMath to get, and he hits it really hard, really well, low into the goalie's right, or left rather. It's a good penalty.
Diego Luna, who tied things up in the 65th minute on a header to get us to these penalties, is up at the top of the 3rd round here. The 20-year-old has been magnificent in this series and in the latter stages of this season.
I believe someone threw a water bottle and it actually hit the ball, I believe.
So Luna picks the ball up. Water bottles moved away, and he's going to place it again. Decibels are going to come up again here. Steps twice to his left. Gets a whistle from Penso. It's Luna. Luna, save Clark! Save Clark! Steve Clark has saved Luna. Clark has positioned the Dynamo here.
This is as loud as I've heard this place, Glenn, in a long, long time. And Steve Clark's, he's taunting RSL's bench, or their shooters.
It's Amin Bassi, who was stopped twice on Monday by McMath. Here's Bassi. Bassi has scored. He's redeemed himself. The Dynamo lead now. 3-2 after 3 rounds. The Moroccan magician produces his penalty.
I imagine that's the most nervous he's been in a long time, taking a penalty. McMath again guesses the right way, but Bassi puts enough power on it that even though he gets a touch on it, it still goes into the net.
Stepping up now is Brian Vera. Now Vera is all about power, but there is intense pressure on him here. He absolutely blasted his. Another water bottle gets thrown on the field. And there's an announcement coming down to warn fans to stop throwing water bottles on the field. Vera's going to step up to the penalty. Intense pressure here, especially after the save on Luna by Steve Clark. Vera went with power in the upper corner, and Vera goes with power again. He scores. So now, real pressure on the youngster Nelson Quinones.
And Vera does power again there. He just kind of goes almost up the middle, but he puts it so high. And those balls, when they're high like that with power, the goalies are usually trying to get to the low corner, so there's not much they can do.
If Quinones scores here, RSL will have to score in the top of the 5th round. The Dynamo will have 2 shots at winning this. If Nelson Quinones can produce this key penalty kick. The young Colombian has really turned it on in the latter stages of this season for the Houston Dynamo. Against the veteran Zach McMath, who has not made a save yet. Quinones to his left. Quinones, save McMath, oh no! It is now tied after 4 rounds. And RSL can take command here.
And it was a slow walk up to it. He tried to go to the keeper's left, just didn't put it far enough to the side, and McMath with a huge punch keeps it out of the net.
Quinones is distraught here, walking back. Coco Karaskia comes to him. Meanwhile, it's Musovski to regain the lead here for RSL against Clark. Musovski was a second half sub. His penalty off the post, it doesn't go in. He's missed it. The Dynamo have a chance to win it here. He had Clark beaten, does not beat the woodwork.
He tried to get it too perfect, and sometimes that's just the pressure of the penalties. The fans are making all the noise. He thinks he has to be perfect, and it goes off the post, ricochets into Steve Clark. This place will erupt if the Dynamo can score here.
How about this? A player that has transcended the way the Dynamo have been looked at this year. Griffin Dorsey won the starting right back position after the Leagues Cup. Dorsey has brought width to the Dynamo, has brought an additional element, and he now stands over this penalty kick to win it and put the Dynamo in the Western Conference semifinals. Dorsey stands over it against McMath to advance the Dynamo. Here is Dorsey. He's done it. He's done it. Griffin Dorsey has hit the penalty. It's on to the Western Conference semifinals. Dorsey's done it. What a moment here at Shell Energy Stadium. The Dynamo have eliminated Real Salt Lake and will go to the Western Conference semifinals. Almost fitting that it's Griffin Dorsey.
It had to be him, and he seemed to revel in the moment. He was hugging all the guys. He took his time up at the ball. It's like he's been there before, and it was an excellently taken penalty. And we talked about this, that RSL was playing for the penalties. The Dynamo have shown they can win in penalties. I would be shocked, I said it, if any team can go and make all 5 of their penalties 2 games in a row, and they missed 2 important ones. Dynamo capitalized.
Diego Luna, who missed his penalty, is in absolute tears. Distraught. The Dynamo celebrate, as do all the fans here at Shell Energy Stadium here tonight. The margin's so slim here between these two teams, but it is the Houston Dynamo who advance.
And we talked about how slim the margins are, and you'd love to see a team come in and just completely dominate and play a team off the field, but that's not the case with playoff soccer. Teams know what their objective is, and when they're at this level, they're good at executing it. RSL had an excellent game plan. They put it to perfection. Unfortunately for them, they just couldn't get by the Dynamo in penalty kicks, and the Dynamo don't care. They'll take the win. They'll get ready for Kansas City. They get to host another home game. And if they have the fans show up like they did tonight and then some, I think they'll get through again.
Karaskia, O'Farson, Bassi, and Dorsey. The goal scorers for Houston, Arango, Rubin, and Vera. Let's take a break from a very happy Shell Energy Stadium on penalty kicks. The Houston Dynamo advance to the Western Conference semifinals. They will host Sporting Kansas City.
With a brand new champion to be crowned. It is OLReign in the dark blue. It is Gotham all in white. And this will be a fiercely contested match. Laurie Lindsay, your thoughts?
Yeah, the first 20 minutes are going to be key, Jackie, just to manage emotions, start this game strong, stay compact defensively, don't concede, and then build yourself into this game.
Here is Megan Rapinoe up against young Gradinha from Brazil. Rapinoe with a good ball in early on, and Heitema flying in. Now the early warning signs are there.
Well, that is an exact area they're going to be looking for all night long, the OLReign. Direct balls over the top to the wingers. This time it's Megan Rapinoe, and then she just gets face up. This is the matchup that they're going to want. A little clever outside of the ball, or outside the football into the 18-yard box, but getting the balls direct out to the wingers and then whipping balls in to the runners inside the 18-yard box.
Mandy Hort is the goalkeeper for Gotham tonight, getting an early touch. Maybe that will do her some good. Neither of these goalkeepers started their campaigns as number 1. Mandy Hort having to come in for Abby Smith, who was injured. Emily Sonnet on the ball for Reign. McClernand. And you just get the feeling that the first goal in this game could prove crucial. And Laurie, bearing in mind, if it is OLReign, you get the impression they'd be quite happy to sit in and make life very difficult for Gotham after that. Whereas if it was Gotham who scored first, then perhaps it could be a little livelier.
Yeah, I absolutely think so. And one of the things that we know about this OLReign team is that they want to press. They want to put the opposition under pressure early on. But they're also happy just to sit back, concede possession, concede the space, and not allow for the space to develop in behind, and that's where Gotham can be most dangerous when this game opens up in transition.
There's Lynn Williams back to her own goalkeeper, Hort. Maitane, Spain international, who's come in midway through the season and done really well. Oh, there's a problem here for Megan Rapinoe. Well, she's seen some early action, and she looks to have a problem here. Well, there was nobody around her when Megan Rapinoe went down. And this is a real concern for the legend in her final professional game. So much talk, so much build-up about her facing off against Ali Krieger, both players having won 2 Women's World Cups with the United States. And it would be devastating for her if she weren't able to continue.
Oh, and this is a player that we know has battled some injuries as of late in her career, and there she goes down, just unattested on the top of your screen, off to a bright start. And as you mentioned, Jackie, that would be devastating. And right now the reaction do look like she might be coming off, hands in her head. Really slow to get up.
What a sad, sad sight. And Laura Harvey having to reorganize things straight away, talking to the really experienced Lauren Barnes about what she might do here, as it looks as though Megan Rapinoe, very, very sadly, may well have to be replaced. Well, the players have only just done their warm-ups, and it could well be Bethany Bolser that comes on. And this is a sight that absolutely nobody wanted to see. There's a stretcher coming on. It appears the substitution is about to be made. And this is such a sad, sad way for Megan Rapinoe's professional career to come to an end. The fans had shown up in their numbers to celebrate a national heroine, a woman who has done so much, not just for the women's game, but for the game of football in the United States, and for so many more causes beyond. And the appreciation of that player will continue for many years to come. And just listen to that ovation. Appreciation of a legend. But here the game continues, and Bethany Bolser has come on, and Gotham FC are looking to take advantage of the disarray and perhaps the emotional experience that the OLReign players are going through, seeing their friend, their teammate, having to go off in such disappointing circumstances. But this is a final, and continue they must, Laurie.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about big players stepping up in these big moments. Well, even more right now, as that's a big ball over the top, trying to find Bethany Bolser and Haitema up top, who've just come into game. Bethany Bolser, but it's going to be a different type of player than Megan Rapinoe. She's going to have a bit more room to play centrally. Haitema and her will change in and out. But again, big players have to step up in these moments, whether it's Fishlock, Sonnet, Lou Barnes on that back line for OLReign.
And on we go. And still the ovation continues as Megan Rapinoe heads down the tunnel, limping from that injury, which was entirely off the ball. She did put an early cross in literally the first minute of the game, looking to have that impact to try to catch out young Gotham goalkeeper. But now it's all about the rest of the Reign side trying to win it for themselves and also for their legendary teammate. They have Jess Fishlock still, they have Lauren Barnes still on the ball. They are not short of leaders, that is for sure. And they have plenty of experience. Here's Latsko with 2 goals in 2 playoff games so far.
Yeah, we're going to see an offside, but it's a bright start for OLReign outside of losing Megan Rapinoe. At times you can already see it's going to be a hybrid 3-back, and it's going to push Huerta higher up the field on this right-hand side. That's where they can excel the most in the attack, to be able to overload that back line for Gotham.
Okay, let's go down pitch side to Tiffany.
Hey guys, I watched Megan Rapinoe walk by me, a really brave look of concern on her face, but on her way back behind the benches, I saw Coach Juan Carlos Amoros go over, pat her on the back, and shake her hand. So everyone...
Thanks, Steph. Here's Esther for Gotham battling away in midfield. Both sides in the semi-finals produced really gutsy, determined displays. Both sets of players had their tails up, and they brought that attitude into this final match in San Diego. Away by Sonnet, picked up now by Neely Martin in the Gotham midfield.
And we've talked a lot about OLReign and what they need to do. Big players stepping up. But for Gotham FC now, just understanding the moment, it could be even more emotional for the Reign players. So can they get a hold of this game, start to move it as we're seeing Neiswanger on the ball on this near side.
Neiswanger's ball is dealt with by Cook. Here's Huerta. Laura, you're a really close friend of Megan Rapinoe. No doubt you're feeling a little emotional at the moment. How do you think her teammates on the field will be feeling right now?
Well, absolutely. They are going to be crushed for her, but they also know that they're professionals in this moment. They still have a championship to win, so all business. That is something that their head coach, Laura Harvey, said. They've won this championship, or they've been to the championship 2 times previously, but didn't allow themselves to be in the moment, and that will be the key message going forward. Continue to play your game. You're here for a reason, but also win this championship for Megan.
As if they didn't have enough of an incentive. Here's Ali Krieger standing by to take the free kick. Maitane of Spain to the Brazilian Bruninha. Also goes to her. Purse, the player who replaced Megan Rapinoe in her final match for the United States in September. Yasmin Ryan. Bruninha. His Purse in a little bit of space. Mitch Purse. It's ambitious.
Might be a little bit ambitious, but that's what you want to do early on. Be able to test the young goalkeepers that are on both sides. As we're going to see Bethany Bolser there. She's the one that's come in as a substitute for Megan Rapinoe. And as I mentioned, a little bit of a different player. She will occupy that left-hand side, but she'll have a bit more freedom to come inside, switch with Haitema, who is their center forward. So we'll see how that movement tests that back line for Gotham FC.
Claudia Dickey in goal for OLReign. She hasn't conceded a goal in the last 4 games. She's done incredibly well since replacing Fallon Tullis-Joyce. Here's Huerta for Reign.
And a good look at the press from Gotham FC too, Jackie. You mentioned that for OLReign, but Gotham, one of the things that has made them so difficult to play against, getting numbers forward, putting the opposition under pressure.
Esther battling away. Throw into Reign though. Throw into OLReign. Free kick rather. And looking on the bright side for Reign, at least they're not having to face Amy Rodriguez in a championship final, because they played in 2 before and she scored 3 goals in the 2 of them and denied them a medal at this level. She can't deny them tonight.
Well, they might not have Amy Rodriguez, but they have Lynn Williams, they have Midge Purse, they have Esther on that front line, and that no doubt was a key coming into this game. Picking their moments when the press, but they cannot leave that space in behind, because those 3, if you give them time and space on the ball, they'll start to work their magic, and they can be deadly going forward.
Well, we can expect a lot of crosses into the box from Reign, that is for sure. They are the most deadly by a long way from heading situations. And Jordan Heitema, who's quite a useful player in the centre of the box, trying to get the cross in on that occasion, denied by Bruninha. Reminder, if we're level at full time, then we will go to a period of 30 minutes of extra time, and if required, we will have a penalty shootout. But that is a very, very long way away from now. Bruninha. Esther underneath it. In Gotham's last match, Laurie, Esther, the centre forward, came back deep and played a lot of the game in midfield. How do you see her role tonight?
Yeah, she is playing a bit higher, but at times she will have, again, the freedom to move around, drop deep into the midfield to create overloads. That is one of the areas I do feel like this OLReign team does have an advantage, more experience with Fishlock, who's on the ball right now, Sonnet, Rose Lavelle. So with Esther dropping a little bit deeper, could give them a numerical advantage that could be advantageous once they do get a hold of the ball and then utilize their wingers going forward. And speaking about Rose Lavelle, that is a player that we need to see for OLReign to get on the ball more. She's their X factor. She's their difference maker. Fresher legs than most of these players coming back from injury. Can cause a lot of problems if she gets on the ball, especially driving at the back line.
There is Rose Lavelle. What a talent she is. The start that she made in the semi-final was her first start for 2 months. And when we spoke to Megan Rapinoe and to Jess Fishlock in the week, they made it very clear that the X factor is Rose Lavelle. They're a very different side when she's starting. So much talent. And so direct as well. They said that when she gets the ball, we just shout at her, "Go, Rose!" and just take on everybody and try and shoot and do it all yourself.
Well, and it's difficult to defend that because you're so used to the defending passing angles, but when a player can get on the ball and start to drive it back lines and then combine at full speed, that's where she's so good, and it's so difficult to get numbers around her. But they have to get on the ball a bit more than we're seeing so far in this first 15 minutes.
Nice Wonger. Lynn Williams to chase. Huerta is there. Swept upfield. Picked up by Neely Martin. So many injuries in this Gotham side this season, it has to be said. So much experience has been unable to play. Christy Mewis has been out until, well, after the World Cup, until the semi-final where she came on and dropped the ball down for Katie Stengel to score that fabulous winner. Plenty of other injuries as well. Here's Nice Wonger. Nice play by the rookie. From Williams to Nice Wonger, intercepted by Cook though, but it's a nice idea.
Well, and that's the thing that the OLReign have to be careful of, because if they're going to press, that's a tough challenge on Krieger against Heitema. But if they're going to press, then they have to go together, because that was just way too easy for Nice Wonger, the left back, for Gotham FC to be able to work her way, combine out of trouble. And if it wasn't an intervention from Alana Cook for OLReign, that would have been Lynn Williams off to the races on this near side.
Huerta, forwards from Fishlock. Now it's back to Sonnet, another of the leaders in this Reign side. McLernan. Sonnet. who Laura Harvey says she still cannot believe they managed to get her on a free from Washington Spirit. Lovely play from Lavelle. Oh, what a flick that was. Absolutely stunning. Trying to fashion an opening for Vlatsko.
Well, and that's the magic that Rose Lavelle can bring. She's going to draw 2-3 defenders around her. Not going to be a ton of room in the central areas, but she has the vision, the technical ability to be able to break lines, whether it's through a pass or the dribble. So a little glimpse of it there.
Bonilla. Krieger to Neiswanger. The 39-year-old has been talking Neiswanger through this entire campaign ever since the rookie replaced Krieger in the opening match, 10 minutes or so in, when she went down with an injury. Neiswanger had been training really only for a week at left back, having played her entire college career as an attacking midfielder. And here she is. Out-muscled by Latsko.
Well, what a season that she has. Young Neiswanger, Rookie of the Year coming in. Attacker in college for Florida State. Has dropped back to that left back position, and she has been excellent on both sides of the ball, still learning. But it's one of the reasons, and it can't be overstated, on what Juan Carlos Amoros has done with this Gotham team. The aggression in the offseason to be able to get more experienced players in, surround Neiswanger, and she's able to learn on the job throughout this season.
She said after Krieger's retired next season, she still wants an earpiece in her ear so she can guide her through where she needs to be positionally, because she's been a huge help for her. That's given away by, well, not given away by Ryan, excuse me. Picked up by Neiswanger. Williams wants it back. Shepherded by Lavelle. Nicely done. Here's Neely Martin. Bruninia screaming for it. Here's Purse. Purse into Esther. Delaney Sheehan scored her first career goal in the quarter-final of the playoffs. North Carolina Courage. Esther. Ryan. Bruninia in towards Esther. Williams! Well, that goes down as an opportunity for a player of Lynn Williams' quality and experience. The first opening she's had in this game.
Well, just keep an eye on the movement of Esther. She is going to be the difference maker in this game for Gotham, because she's dropping in between the lines. She can create the overloads, as we mentioned, and it's just the awareness to get that ball out wide. And that's where the Reign have to be spot on inside the box because of the movement. A little bit late from Huerta, but Williams gets all of that, nowhere near the goal. But that is better from Gotham FC. Moving the ball, taking the sting out of the game a bit, keeping possession, moving it side to side.
Latsko challenged illegally by Krieger. Oh, Megan Rapinoe able to see the funny side. If you have just joined us, then that is what happened in the opening few minutes to Megan Rapinoe after all the build-up, all the fanfare of the Legends' final game. And there is another legend, Sue Bird, the fiancée of Megan Rapinoe.
Well, Jack, we've mentioned the emotions around this game already, and Megan Rapinoe being substituted out with an injury would be emotional for both of these teams. Not only is this a championship, but the last game for both Ali Krieger and Megan Rapinoe. Both teams would feel that, and both teams have responded really well. Continuing to get back to business, moving the ball around, and exactly what we expect. A pretty tight game defensively. No team really opening themselves up yet or taking a ton of risks.
Sonnet. Reign looking to build. If you do want to watch OLReign in 2024, by the way, then take advantage of some great season ticket opportunities now available at olreign.com/memberships. Now here's Lavelle. Loves to drive at defences. Trickery. Brings Huerta into play. She wants it back. Sonnet.
Well, Jackie, that wasn't the ball that Sonnet wanted, but that's a right idea, because this is a high line for Gotham FC. We've seen that throughout this season, and at times OLReign is going to want to just play a ball over the top to loosen that back line, make them drop a little bit deeper than they are. Then that opens up the space for Rosabelle in front of them, or even Sofia Huerta, who's coming down this right-hand side.
Krieger finds Sheehan. Huerta with the challenge, but she wriggles away from her. Delaney Sheehan for Gotham. Into Esther. Challenged by Barnes, but it's away to Lynn Williams. Estelle wants it back. Sheehan. Away by Sonnet. Lavelle, lovely bit of skill. Just off balance, and Ali Krieger was a long way up the field just then. Had they managed to break away, it could have been interesting.
And both teams already being aggressive with their approach, stepping in the two center backs into the midfield.
And here they come, Gotham. Oh, lovely play by Midge Purse. She has time to pick up Williams! It's Lynn Williams for Gotham in the championship final! She's been here before! She's won here before! And Gotham go 1-up!
Well, it all starts with a turnover on that far side. We talk about the pressing, we talk about the ability to break down, and then they're able to build on that far side. You see the late challenge, and so good from Midge Purse to evade the initial challenge, beat another player, and then it's a late run from Lynn Williams. They overload the 18-yard box. No one steps tight. Where to loses her mark, and then right there, just at the last second, puts on the Jets and just keeps it on frame to put Gotham up 1-0. What an excellent finish, especially after missing the opportunity just 2 minutes before. Keeps that one. Easy finish. Well done from Gotham FC in this championship game.
Well, 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 the smile says it all. And Williams already has a bustling trophy cabinet at home. She'll certainly need to make space for another medal, but if it's gold, she has plenty of those too. 3 championships, 3 shields.
And Jackie, we were talking about nerves to this game. One of the reasons why it was tight early on in the first 20-25 minutes. Emotions, excitement, nerves, everything about this game. Not a lot of risk being taken. Well, then it's Gotham FC starts to get a hold of the game, moving it side to side, and then they create those 1v1 situations that we talked about through their wingers, getting isolated, and all the credit to Midge Purse. Being direct, incisive, getting into the box, and then you have the late runners. Excellent work, excellent combination play, and individual effort from Gotham FC to put themselves up 1-0.
Lynn Williams in her 5th final as Krieger gets it away. Now, can they break again? It's Yasmin Ryan, who's going for back-to-back championship titles after winning it with Portland last year. So too Abby Smith, by the way, who's injured, the goalkeeper at the moment. So Mandy Hawk is in goal. Now here's Krieger as Gotham look to consolidate that goal advantage.
We'll see how this changes the complexity of the game with Gotham going up, because at times they are going to want to continue to be driving at the back line, overload the back line of OLReign, but then be smart in possession, because this is a game now that OLReign is going to have to come out of their defensive shape at times and look to hunt to get that equalizer.
What fabulous play by Midge Purse in the build-up. Wonderful piece of skill on the right-hand side, taking out 2 Reign defenders. And then she had 2 options in the centre.
Well, it's the exact same thing that we talked about coming into this game, Jackie's these areas right here for the Gotham wingers.
Williams on the charge again. Barnes gets there first.
If they can bypass the initial pressure, that is the last thing you want, is open space for those Gotham wingers or for them to get isolated 1v1. And it was an excellent combination play on that far side for Midge Purse to be able to get isolated, and then she's doing what she does best, direct, taking players on.
Nice to see a goal in such a big game scored by some skill and positivity rather than somebody's horrible error. Really was a well-worked goal by Gotham, by Midge Purse, scored by Lynn Williams. a second in a championship final. Oh, now here's an option through the centre. The flag stayed down. Lavelle, and she's put it away, and still the flag is down. And Rose Lavelle has equalised for OLReign. A moment of quality. Reign cutting through the Gotham defence. And Rose Lavelle kept her head. And what a cool finish.
Well, Jackie, big players stepping up in big moments. We talk about Roosevelt being the X factor. There's the high line of Gotham FC. It's just one pass, and then the little run deep from Roosevelt completely takes out the back line for Gotham FC. And then, well, composed finish, just calm. Last minute opens her hip, then closes it. Says, thank you very much. I tied this game 1-1.
Perfectly timed run by Rose Lavelle, the player with the X factor. And in the absence of Megan Rapinoe, every bit of quality is very welcome. As Reign are back on level terms. Let's go down pitch side to Leanne.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, it was quite a cool scene for Megan Rapinoe. Was one of the first ones up. Her teammates were carrying on her back, you know, for her to celebrate the goal. But it was always going to be crucial, the first goal in this game. But fair play to OLReign for coming into this game, because Laurie touched upon managing the emotions after losing a player like Megan Rapinoe.
Thanks, Leanne.
And also, Jackie, managing the game. And we talked about the high line for Gotham FC. That is a risk that they're playing when you have a Roosevelt that can come out of the midfield with her runs. Timed it perfectly, and just a composed finish.
Here they come again with their tails up. Lavelle. Well, what a game we have on our hands now in San Diego. Really difficult to call this game now, Laurie.
It is back and forward for us especially, but both of these teams, players stepping up. We're seeing Roosevelt get herself involved. That is a player that we picked out. Getting in between the lines, she's certainly up for it. Lynn Williams, Mitch Purse on the other side. Really wonderful players showing up in most important moments.
Huerta. Huerta again. And now the flag goes up against Haitama. Well, let's have another look at that goal by Rose Lavelle.
Well, this is one of the ways that you can break the high line for Gotham FC, whether it's just a direct ball in behind or a quick combination play. And that is so difficult to defend because you have a midfielder coming from a deep area, and if no one tracks, that's what happens. You have loads of space and you're 1v1 against the goalkeeper. And then we see the reaction of Megan Rapinoe, certainly going to be cheering her team on, willing them to get another one and get this victory.
And she scored their last goal in the championship final. It was back in 2014 against FC Kansas City. Twice in 2 years they were denied, and they've not been back since. It's one trophy that Laura Harvey would absolutely love to have, to add to her CV. She has plenty besides, and not just at OLReign. In her 8th season with them. Barnes into Fishlock. Krieger. Here's Ryan. Just allows Sonnet to nip in. Now here's Niswong, a first-time ball looking to try and spring the trap. And now there's a problem for Reign with Emily Sonnet, who looks to be in a lot of pain. We'll have another look in a moment at what she did, but she's been scampering around in that midfield and closing down the space. It's been absolutely fabulous this season for Reign.
Oh, and Jackie, typically a center back. Sometimes we see her as an outside back, but with OLReign has stepped into that holding midfield role, and my goodness, has she been the difference maker as well for this OLReign team. There is the tackle. She goes to ground. It just looks like maybe the follow through right there from a stare that catches her right below her shin guard.
Christina Unkel, our rules analyst, is with us. Anything you've seen untoward so far, Christina?
On that play right there, no, Sonia just gets her foot caught into the grass essentially and her studs in. And it's good to highlight the fact that the goal for Rose Lavelle, the person who kept her onside was Bruninia, and that was a very, very tight. So if they continue to play that high line, they got to make sure they're all stepping at the same time.
You want to give the assistant a little bit of credit, no doubt, in your role. Come on, because it's difficult to see first time. By definition, you have to have one eye looking one way, one eye looking the other. No, absolutely spot on.
Well, it's good to see Sonnet back up as well, because as we are mentioning, such an important piece, allows Fishlock, who sits next to her often, take a few more risks in the midfield, and as this game wears on, she's going to have to get more involved into the attack as well to help out Roosevelt.
Sonnet forwards. He looks to be okay now as Krieger leaves it to Hort. Another injury problem here now for Maitane, the Gotham centre half. Expect in a championship final. Concern for Juan Carlos Amoros. Well, it gives the Gotham coach chance to bring his players over and just regroup after conceding that goal pretty quickly after they scored such a fine goal, which was made by Midge Purse, and allowing Lynn Williams to sweep home.
Well, it was an excellent response from OLReign just to be able to keep their composure throughout so far, because obviously losing Megan Rapinoe, but then also conceding that goal, and there's Midge Purse, the one that created that opportunity for Lynn Williams for Gotham. But now for Gotham, conceding that goal immediately afterwards, good opportunity now for them just to calm things down, get back to their game plan, which is picking their moments when they can be direct, but if not, keep possession, play centrally, and allow for those wide spaces to start to open up a bit more.
Let's bring in our goalkeeper specialist, Jill Lloyden, who's standing by and dying to talk to us about the goalkeepers.
This is such a difficult position for Hot. Rose Lavelle just has exceptional close control here. Hot has to stay in a balanced position in case Rose Lavelle shoots here. She opens up her hip, disguises her finish, conceals where she wants to go. That off balances Hot, and it's an easy finish for Rose Lavelle in the end.
She was so cool, wasn't she? So calm. You might expect that sort of calmness from a player who scored in a World Cup final, wouldn't you? Scoring the second goal in 2019. She hadn't scored for a club this season in an injury-ravaged campaign. Neely Martin with the long throw for Gotham. Trying to cause some chaos in that Reign defence. And Fishlock's there and it's off the post. Oh, and it's off the bar from Sheehan. What an extraordinary passage of play. And Reign live to fight another day. Williams. Sonnet underneath it and off the referee. So an uncontested drop ball because it changed possession. But what a moment, and how close did Gotham just come?
Well, they come up. It's come as close as ricocheting off of the post and the crossbar in quick succession. But you can't turn off at any moment in this game. It just comes off of a throw-in. Excellent flick to keep this alive from Lynn Williams initially. So difficult through traffic to be able to clear that, but then the numbers around the ball defensively allows for Gotham FC to keep it alive, and just unfortunate as he hit the crossbar and the post.
McClernand's clearance charged down, and now it's back with Sheehan.
But Jackie, that is what Gotham needs more of at this point in time. Starting to get some momentum. Quick throw in, get numbers into the box, put OLReign under pressure. They need more of that overload, that 18-yard box defensively for OLReign.
Now here's Maitane up from the back to Purse. We know what she did last time. And Williams is there again. Retrieved by Niswanger. Clever ball into Williams. Sonnet was there and Cook full clear. Krieger.
Well, Jackie, we've talked about it endlessly coming into this game, but also throughout. Those wide areas with Mitch Purse and Lynn Williams, they're having a field day, getting isolated 1v1 against McLaren. Huerta on this near side. Right now, for this last 5-6 minutes, if I'm Juan Carlos Amaros, I'm telling my players to hit the balls in behind, get them faced up, and get them serving balls into the box, because it's proven to be a difficult one right now for OLReign to defend deep in their own half.
Nice play by Lavelle once again. It's the better of Maitane. Now Heitema's there. Oh, and the interception for the corner.
Well, we're talking about how good Gotham has been on one end, and then this player right here decides that she's going to take this OLReign team on her shoulders, and immediately in transition goes the other end and creates a corner kick for OLReign.
End-to-end stuff in San Diego. And it's Sofia Huerta who goes across.
You want to keep your eye on number 8, Balser, number 9, Heitema. Those two players have the ability to get through traffic and win the aerial battle for OLReign.
Into the danger area, way by Maitane. Back to Huerta. Good work by Williams. Well, she's conceded a free kick. I think we know what she thinks about that.
And there's the tackle from Lynn Williams. I'm not so sure that is a foul. She does a good job of getting the ball. It's just the momentum that carries Huerta over.
Enthusiastic. Rain free kick. So many players up there. Huerta, let's fly. Away by Niswanger, not away. Back with Sonnet. Balsa. Fishlock swings it into the danger area. Sonnet was there. She's all over the pitch tonight.
But it comes back to the defense. As soon as that ball is tried to clear, the players behind the ball for OLReign do such a good job to be able to keep this in play. There's a last attempt to try to get Sonnet in. It's always going to be difficult from that angle. Maitane, all the credit stays touch tight. Sonnet already passed that near post. Going to be difficult for her to get anything to redirect that, keep it on frame, to really test hot.
Well, the first half has absolutely flown by.
I'm looking down, I can't even believe that we're in the 42nd minute.
No. Fishlock forward. Let's go to Lavelle. Lavelle clever enough to wait to Heitema. Flag stayed down. Heitema! And Jordan Heitema has scored, but now the flag goes up. Premature celebrations. But Rose Lavelle causing havoc once again.
Well, every time Rose Lavelle gets on the ball, she is creating so much trouble. You can see the offside. It was clear from Idema and even Balser on that far side. And in those moments, Latsko, who's playing the right wing for OLReign, has to stay wide because she can be an easy outlet. You saw all the numbers centrally for Gotham FC when they're defending. Just stay wide, create those wide channels for yourself, and open up the back line for Gotham FC horizontally.
Cook's ball forward for Maitani to have to deal with. Hooked forwards by Lavelle. And let's go breathing down the neck of Krieger, who does really well to find Niswanger. What do you think the respective head coaches will be saying to their players at halftime, Laurie?
Yeah, fair play. I mean, emotional game, as we said, and then Megan Rapinoe goes down. That changes the complexity of the game, but so do goals, right? And so each team kept their head, got back to business, and really manage those emotions to be able to start to attack and take some risks. And we mentioned it. In these games, fine margins, big players have to show up. Well, big players on both teams have done just that. OLReign, Rose Lavelle getting the equalizer, and before that, Lynn Williams, Midge Purse combining for the go-ahead.
Fishlock looking for a run. Heisler through the center. Hart read the danger.
Yeah, and really good positioning from Hart, because if you're going to play a high line, then she has to play a bit higher to take care of those balls. And it prevents Rose Lavelle from making those runs out of the midfield with her positioning, but it also forces that turnover, and then they can go out the other side.
And we're into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time presented by Verizon. Krieger finds Niswanger. Quite a partnership that's developed throughout the course of this season as this Gotham side has evolved. Lovely play from Williams. Huerta concedes a corner.
Well, it's off your screen, Jackie, but one of the things that makes us stare, the center forward for Gotham, is so important to the way that they attack Gotham FC as she occupies the two center backs of the opposition. That frees up the space to be isolated 1v1. And now we're seeing Gotham FC with a dangerous set piece towards the end of this first half.
Midge Purse, creator of the first goal for Lynn Williams. Cleverly so. Looks to do it once again with this delivery. Esther is there! Oh, and what a finish by the World Cup winner, Esther! Created once again by Midge Purse. And the World Cup winner may well be becoming an NWSL championship winner as well.
Well, so much about set pieces, it's the delivery. And look at that ball from Midge Purse. Just puts it on a dime. Esther just slips in between the two defenders and just gets up. And that is a textbook finish right into the corner at such an important time of this game. Says, thank you very much. Here we go. She gets high above the rest, finds the back of the net, and puts Gotham up 2-1.
And there was two attacking players defending that header from Esther. What a calm finish.
And OLReign will be upset with that defending, because the first thing you know, in important moments, you have to get touch tight, you have to bump your players. Esther, with her quality, completely unmarked, gets in between the two defenders, and it's such an important goal at such an important time.
And Esther just got a cuddle on the sidelines there by the assistant head coach, Jesus Boteo Hermosa, who's a top tactician and has had a very big say in the way this season has gone, along with Juan Carlos Amoros, the two coming together from Real Betis. Hermosa having written books on tactical analysis, and you just get the impression there that perhaps that set piece, that goal, came straight off the training ground. It took them 5 minutes to respond last time. What can they do here before half-time? Huerta with a delivery in. Away by Krieger. Back into Sonnet to Lavelle. Lovely touch from her. Fouled by Lynn Williams in a dangerous position.
Well, the set piece starts from that big ball from Huerta, and that is a player that we haven't seen enough of in the attack, delivering those balls from the right-hand side. Had the most touches in their semifinal game against San Diego, so can certainly influence the attack. Big ball over, and then they got numbers in behind. And this Roosevelt drawing the foul, and there's somebody that can hit it from this distance with her left foot. It is certainly Roosevelt.
Just see from her influence on this game just how much Reign have missed Lavelle this season, having started the opening 2 games of the campaign, and then only 2 more games she started in quick succession after that. How they wanted her back for the World Cup, but now she's back for the playoffs. She scored 1 and equalised already. Big moment for OLReign. Huerta takes it. Oh, Krieger's there and it's not dealt with. To Fishlock and Huerta. And to Lavelle. Gets that one wrong.
Well, good pressure from Niswanger. Just to throw her off a bit in this important moment. Just a few seconds left. Just gets tight enough so she can't get a clean cross off. And now Menihao just slow things down, let the clock tick.
Not been shortchanged this half, that is for sure. It has been fun, it has been lively. We've seen 3 goals. Unfortunately, we've seen an injury as well to Rapinoe. And still we continue. Juan Carlos Amoros, the Gotham head coach, looks at his watch as if to say, come on, we played enough. 5 minutes is only ever a minimum, of course, depending on what happens in that time. And we have had a goal in that time from Gotham, from Astaire. Hence the extra time on top of the added time. Niswanger with a throw-in for Gotham. First challenges. Williams is there, so too Fishlock. Astaire. And there is the half-time whistle. And what a half it has been. Lynn Williams with the opening goal. Rose Lavelle beating the offside trap and equalising for OLReign. And then in stoppage time, Estelle, the Spaniard, with a header from a Midge-Purse corner. And Gotham 2-1 up at the break. Final thoughts on the half, Laurie?
Yeah, not surprising with the way this game started. Back and forth at first, and then the goals start coming.
Yeah, well, let's hear now from Lynn Williams, who's with Tiffany.
Lynn, Midge-Purse doing some work, playing some beautiful balls into you and Astaire. How are you able to create in those situations?
Yeah, we just have to trust in ourselves, know that we're good 1v1, and then be posed in front of the goal.
At halftime, how do you guys hold on to this momentum?
Staying disciplined defensively, organized, talking a lot. They're very crafty in the midfield, but if we just stay tight in our defensive unit, then they can't really penetrate. So just staying focused.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
Lynn Williams, big game player. And this is a fun game to watch, an intense game, no doubt, to play in. But it is 2-1 at the break to Gotham. Stick around, we're going to hear from Poppy, Carly, Jordan, the other side of this break. You are watching the 2023 Ally NWSL Championship on CBS Sports.
It's that time of year. Big families, big tables, and big games.
Can't wait to eat my stuffing and watch ACC football.
Keep it locked to ACC Radio through the holidays. We're breaking down all the action on the gridiron.
Look at the ACC right now. It's the most exciting conference there is.
And the hardwood.
He's looking like an early front runner for ACC Player of the Year.
Join ACC Today live weekdays from 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio Channel 371.
Oh, I didn't get to get my turkey.
Get your fill of your favorite conference anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a SiriusXM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The crack of the bat, the smell of the grass, the thrill of a buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SCHEIN.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight from the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app.
Nobody brings you the excitement of Formula One racing like SiriusXM. Let's go, come on! Hear every thrilling lap of a worldwide championship chase.
Verstappen takes the lead of the Grand Prix, and Hamilton couldn't hold him off.
Comprehensive pre- and post-race coverage.
That was the best race I've ever seen.
And a weekly insider look at the F1 circuit every Wednesday on SXM Wheel to Wheel.
There's been plenty going on both on and off track.
The 2023 Formula One season on SiriusXM Channel 81 and the SXM app.
Soccer's biggest clubs play in the English Premier League, and you could hear them in action every week on Sirius XM FC.
A 5-star show from Manchester City.
From the traditional powers
Liverpool have been incredible tonight. Manchester United may just have won it.
to the new kids on the block.
Newcastle United, they have lived off.
All the top teams.
A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Every match.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Only on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
And Angeli and two-time World Cup winner and Gotham investor Carly Lloyd. We've got so much to get through, so let's get straight into the highlights, shall we? Starting 6 minutes in when a really heartbreaking moment happened for Megan Rapinoe, which saw her forced off with injury. She went down here, Jordan, no contact, and it was just really, really heartbreaking.
It was, and it was devastating. Everybody, though, on their feet here at Snapdragon to send Megan Rapinoe off, at least with a round of applause. But it got interesting about 25 minutes in, but Gotham had possession for about 10 minutes, and then they poked and prodded. They regained the ball high on the field. It was through Ali Krieger, and then they switched the point of attack. And watch the individual brilliance here of Midge Purse to not just beat one, not just beat two, but then beat the third defender, and then here to find the right pass. The seam there opens up. Lynn Williams all by herself because there's an overload, and she passes it in the back of the net. Really good first goal from Gotham.
And scoring drought doesn't matter, right?
Nope.
For Lynn Williams. And here you can see Gotham playing with this really high line, and what Rose Lavelle does best is those runs in from midfield, in behind, and I mean, superb finish with her laces right there to just be calm and cool and collected.
And deceptive. You mentioned it in pregame, how deceptive she is. She opens up her hips last minute, tucks it away. And we haven't seen this, though. Neely Martin with a long throw wreaked a lot of havoc on this OLReign squad. It should have been the second goal right here. This one from Sheehan goes off the bar. It's unfortunate, but Gotham had one more chance at the end of the half.
They did, and you know what? Midge Purse has been absolutely amazing in tonight's game. I mean, what an unbelievable service, first of all. And what we say, Esther, 5'3" inches to get up. I mean, quality header for her to put that one away right before half.
So Gotham, they're up 2-1 at halftime. There will be a new NWSL champion today. Yesterday saw a new feature of Championship Week. The first ever CarMax Skills Challenge. 10 stars from across the league participated. And for more, here's Ali Wagner.
There are going to be 3 different skills. The first is a shootout.
Aubrey!
Oh. second competition is going to be tech ball.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that works. Oh.
Point East. What a game. All right, we're moving to our last challenge. Crossbar challenge.
Yes.
MLS Cup playoffs have arrived, and there's no better way to keep up with the postseason than with SiriusXM FC. From the flag bearers to the fresh faces.
It's stolen away by Klaus, and Klaus scores!
Hear every playoff match all the way through the 2023 MLS Cup final.
Hani Mukhtar, the header, there's the hat trick!
It's the MLS playoffs on SiriusXM FC 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Santa baby,
bring on the merry and bring on the bright. Sing along with modern holiday hits on Holly, Channel 79. Or revisit Christmas Past with the nostalgic sound of holiday traditions on Channel 71.
Christmas.
Listen now through Christmas Day and enjoy dozens of unique holiday channels anytime you want in the SiriusXM app.
The seasons are changing.
All the leaves are brown.
But there's always time for fun, fun, fun. In the sun, the Beach Boys transport you to summer with the return of their limited edition channel. Good vibrations. The Beach Boys channel. Now for a limited time, exclusively on the SiriusXM app. Just search Beach Boys.
Kelly Clarkson here, everybody. Get ready for the Kelly Clarkson Connection.
Connecting the music she loves.
Everything from Rosemary Clooney to Aerosmith.
The music she's inspired by.
The Queen, y'all. Aretha Franklin. Possibly my biggest influence vocally.
And her own award-winning catalog.
What doesn't kill you makes you strong. That's what you're going to get here. So you're welcome in advance. My SiriusXM channel.
The Kelly Clarkson Connection.
Channel 12. And on the SiriusXM app. Free with all trials and popular plans.
It's too soon to trim the tree, but too late to trick or treat. So settle into this in-between season with an extra shot of autumnal energy. The pumpkin spiced music mix. Over 2 hours of cozy acoustic sounds from Taylor Swift, Noah Kahan, Zach Bryan, and more. Available now in the SiriusXM app. Just search Pumpkin Spice and find acoustic singer-songwriters anytime in the SiriusXM Coffee House, Channel 17.
And speaking of NFL, tomorrow the NFL on CBS is highlighted by a face-off between two legendary franchises when the Packers meet the Steelers, as well as the Texans taking on the Bengals. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. Tomorrow the NFL is on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. And on this Veterans Day, it's only appropriate that our hero of the match is Lieutenant Megan Lombard. The Los Angeles native completed 4 tours in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. We thank her for her service. Stay with us. We've got the second half coming for you from San Diego after this short break, as Gotham are up 2-1 against the OLReign. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Coco Radio is now Conan O'Brien Radio. Yep, we've upgraded from channel 106 to 104 because, let's face it, I couldn't stay at 106 forever. You'll find my delightful Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, highlights from my late night shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television. Plus, dive deep into 28 years of late night memories with Inside Conan. Conan O'Brien Radio, now on Sirius XM, channel 104. Or listen with the Sirius XM app.
What it is. Connect with the R&B and hip-hop that's hot now. Slamming you out. Discover who's next. And stay up on the culture.
Cause Drake don't know how to kiss and not tell.
On the heat.
Girl, your BB is a zero. My back shot sound like bongo.
Channel 46 and on the Sirius XM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
Don't miss a statement game in the Premier League on SiriusXM FC.
Jackson goes alone, round the goalkeeper, hat-trick.
After a slow start, Chelsea's young stars are finding form, but their mettle will be truly tested when they square off with the mighty Manchester City.
Put it for Haaland, easy as you like.
Chelsea, Man City, tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Hear the climactic finish of the USL Championship on Sirius XM.
Is there magic in the air tonight?
The 2023 final pits the Eastern Conference champion, Charleston Battery.
Charleston Eastern Conference champions.
Against the best in the West, Phoenix Rising.
Cue the music. It's a party in Phoenix.
It's the USL Championship final, Charleston versus Phoenix, tomorrow night at 7 Eastern on Sirius 208, XM 202, online 965, and the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to San Diego. The Snapdragon Stadium is hosting the 2023 final between OLReign and Gotham FC, who are a goal up, and that is a very sorry sight. Megan Rapinoe having gone down injured in the opening minutes of this game, having already put in a dangerous looking cross in the opening seconds. Her professional career is over. So too Lynn Williams' teammate Ali Krieger after today's game. One of them will win the championship for the very first time. But these players have all scored a goal tonight, and it's Gotham 2-1 up with another 45 to play, at least. And we're back underway. No changes for either side at the start of this second half. Bethany Bolser having come on early in that first period to replace Rapinoe. Emily Sonnet on the ball now with OLReign in the dark blue and Gotham in the white. There is Ali Krieger. On by Martin, nodded forwards by Sonnet. And Laurie Lindsay, you just get the impression there's plenty more drama to come.
Yeah, there certainly is. And one of the things that we saw for OLReign, immediately getting out onto the field after halftime, ready to get back to business. But right now, Balser, Haitema, Fishlock in the midfield, they have to raise their game, help Roosevelt, who was excellent in that first half, to be able to get the equalizer. Balser, the leading goal scorer for OLReign, she's one of the players that can certainly find the back of the net. Can they get her going a bit more in this second half? And then for Gotham FC, showed their ability to have variety in the attack, moving the ball quickly, loads of confidence. Can they continue to do more of that and look for a little bit more separation in this game? Bonilla is surrounded, and Midge Purse looks at the referee as if to say, you are going to give a foul there, right?
Find out what channel you...
And she's also saying, hang on a minute, that's a yellow card for throwing the ball away.
And I think she's also arguing down here on the other end. She felt like she was fouled, didn't get the call. If you're going to call this one, why didn't I get the one on the other end?
Here's Maitane with a free kick for Gotham. If If you've not been watching the NWSL this season, then where have you been? It has been an extraordinary campaign. Such a tight league as well. Not too many leagues in the world that I can think of whereby you're going into the final day of the regulation season with 10 out of the 12 sides still in with a chance of winning the championship.
Yeah, we can't say it enough, Jackie. Just fine margins, and we're seeing that in this game tonight. And really, it's about momentum, not always about who's the better team in the game, who has the momentum, the belief. Both of these teams have shown that through the playoffs, and right now, Gotham FC with a little bit of the edge.
It's Reign who finished in 4th place this year with 32 points. Gotham FC in 6th, just 1 point fewer. And yet there had been 27 points separating them last season. Top against bottom it was, as Krieger gives the ball away. Back by Sonnet. Forwards by Latsko. Huerta with a delivery. In towards Heitemer. Fishlock from long range.
Well, listen, it's the right idea. And those late runs coming out of the midfield are going to be key for OLReign. But let's not forget about Huerta on that far side. 16 of the 31 goals have come from crosses. They have to continue to play their strengths, and in these late runs, as that follow-up from Fishlock doesn't get much of it, never really is able to commit to it, get enough on that. That one's always trickling wide, but it's a better, bright start to this second half for OLReign.
Maitane. Fishlock with a header. And Braninia, Fishlock again. Forwards from Heitemer to Lavelle. Crowd with a sense of anticipation whenever Rose Lavelle is anywhere near the ball in the attacking third. Cook. Barnes to Fishlock. Cook, the centre half, looking for Heitemer. Maitane's there. Here's Balsa with a strike, and she was not far away.
Well, Jackie, in the first half, we said play balls in behind that high line for Gotham FC, and this is what it creates. It's so difficult to have to defend. There's the clearance, but there's also Balser, and she gets all of that. Great first touch to get it down. Just comes underneath, anticipates the header from Matane, and then gets all of it, and that does not miss by much. But right now, they can continue to put this Gotham FC under a lot of pressure. They have to continue to push the pace, and Balser has to be at the heart of it.
Great shot of the bench there with the reaction as they thought their teammate was about to draw level.
Well, Jackie, it's not always about that initial ball over the top. Sometimes it's about anticipating that second ball, the missed clearance. And if you can anticipate it quickly, then you have players like Balser, at times Roosevelt, even Fishlock coming in underneath. Those are the areas that they're going to have to look for, because that's when the gaps start to open up for Gotham FC between their back line and their midfield line.
Yasmin Ryan there. And Jess Fishlock contesting that ball. Jess Fishlock, you just get a feeling is going to have a big part to play in this second half. Keep talking about experience, but they have 3 of the originals. Lauren Barnes, Megan Rapinoe, and Fishlock, who played 11 seasons here with Reign in this league. Esther, full of confidence after that wonderful header to put her side 2-1 up. Looking for Peirce, as you would do, given Peirce's form in that first half.
Oh, and there's Esther just dropping into the midfield, drawing attention, and that will open up a space for someone else. Trying to find Mitch Peirce the outlet, just doesn't come off, but better from Gotham FC to try to find their central players, narrow the field a bit, and then get those wingers once again isolated.
Ali Krieger into Williams. Here's Sheehan. Trying to think it in towards Esther. That's going to be battling away. Here's Huerta. Challenged by Delaney Sheehan. Oh, and it could come loose now. It's to Ryan. Purse. McLernan wins it back though. Here's Lavelle. Now he's back with OLReign. Bolsa looking to drive into space. Purse has gone with her. Still Bethany Bolsa. Huerta. Williams charges it down. Summit. Now what can Reign create here with Latsko? She scored from this position already in these playoffs. Oh, she's gone down, and the referee thought about it and waved play on as Krieger brings the ball away. Now you'd expect VAR to have a look at that while the ball is out of play. The VAR are checking now as the challenge from behind by Neiswanger, who says, I didn't do anything. And Latsko bursting into the box. Didn't look to be a great deal in that. Frustration from Laura Harvey.
A little communication between Latsko and Sonnet. And I would imagine Sonnet's telling her right now, continue to do that. Get yourself faced up with Neiswanger 1v1. Be direct. Be decisive. The 2 game winners in the last 2 games. They need her to step up her game in these minutes.
The check is complete, but Christina Uncle, was there anything in that for you?
2 things Sarah VAR is taking a look at, or took a look at, was the upper body. Was there enough of a hook? And more importantly, was it inside the penalty area? And that's where the biggest question would be. And I don't think it was, so I think the check complete's correct.
Here's Midge Purse. Well, she's won a corner off McLernan. This game end to end so quickly.
Yeah, it's going to start to open up even more as we're going to see OLReign have to chase, have to send numbers forward to try to get the equalizer. Well, what does that do on the other end? It opens up space for Midge Purse, Lynn Williams on the other side, who've really propelled their team so far in the first half and the opening minutes of the second one to cause a lot of problems for that back line of OLReign.
Oh, it's a flat kick. Now it's back with Gotham. Here's Braninia. Yasmin Ryan. So many talented players everywhere you look on this field. And Ryan's gone down, but play on, says the referee. As Braninia delivers the ball in towards Esther, and we know what she can do with her head. Just nicked away from her as Yasmin Ryan appeals to the assistant referee, Jennifer Garner, on this near side, as if to say, come on, you saw that.
Well, there's a lot of confidence you feel from this Gotham FC right now. Sheehan getting involved. We didn't call her name a ton in that first half, but space is opening up in the central areas, getting a hold of this game in different ways, whether it's direct play over the top or once they do win it, being a bit more patient, starting to move it side to side and look for the combination. And we know that they can build and start to be even more dangerous in the attack once they do get a hold of the ball. Gotham FC.
Here's Ryan. Ryan looking to create something, and McLernan's there. Let's hear from Leanne Sanderson, who's pitch side.
Yeah, Jackie, I just spoke to the sports psychologist at the OLReign to figure out, what the key messages were at half-time, and she said none other than win this for Megan Rapinoe. So the messages were clear at half-time.
Thanks, Leanne. Yes, if you are joining us late, legendary Megan Rapinoe, very sadly pulling up injured off the ball, just went down, whether it was a calf or whatever. She could not continue. It was pretty clear pretty quickly, and it was very early in this game, and it meant that Reign had to reshuffle, and Bolsa came off the bench. And Megan Rapinoe was in tears for some time, but now it's a case of supporting her teammates who have some defending to do. Away by Bolsa. The referee's Katya Koroleva tonight. A little pause in play before we get back underway to see what happened. Was there potential handball there by Phoebe McLernan? Looked to be shoulder rather than anything to do with the arm, so play on we go. Martin with a long throw, flicked on by Maitane. Sheehan with the ball. Lasco couldn't get hold of it. Goes again. Nice Wonga's there. Sheehan able to turn up against Sonnet. What about the out ball here now to Peirce, who's in space? A good ball as well as McLernon comes across. Peirce takes her on and beats her, and that's a decent ball in. Had to be put behind by Bonds. Dangerous play again from Midge Peirce.
Yeah, Midge Peirce especially has McLernon's number right now, just getting faced up, and no answer from McLernon. There she is, just a heavy touch to get past her, and that is a good-looking ball across. Keeps it on the ground inside the 6-yard box, earns her team a corner kick.
Reign have to be mentally switched on once again for this delivery into the danger area, away from Cook. Forwards by Martin, and now Fishlock will clear. Jess Fishlock, a real warrior, age 36 now. Looking to win this title for the very first time. One of the originals. Esther getting fouled by McLernon. It's off Fishlock. So he'll be happy enough. Juan Carlos Amoros, the former Real Betis head coach, had 18 months there before a good spell at Houston. Coming in midway through the season and taking them into the playoffs. Peirce with an intelligent throw in, and here's Ryan up against Cook. Good defending though by Sonnet there in the nick of time. And that's what she's done so well all season, and why she's so highly valued by her Reign teammates, and that's why Rose Lavelle's so highly valued too. Oh, that's stunning from Rose Lavelle, absolutely stunning. Can they finish it? Let's go, but what a save though by Mandy Hort, coming up big at the vital moment. And it looked for all the world as though Latsko was going to put Reign back on level terms.
Oh, an excellent save from Mandy Hot to make herself big, and you just felt at the last second we're going to see Mandy Hot down on that far side. But there's the high line, and it is so risky from Gotham FC. We're seeing Rose Lavelle once again wiggling her way through pressure, loads of space for Latsko, but then it's just that last little second where she slows down. It allows for Hot to be able to get set, keeps herself big, and what a big paw that is with her left hand to get low, keep it out of the back of the net. Well done from the young goalkeeper. But that is something right now for OLReign to continue to look for, because it is so risky with this 1-goal lead right now for Gotham FC to play that high of a line.
Let's bring in former US international goalkeeper Jill Loyden for your thoughts on that. You'd have been delighted to see a save, no doubt.
And we talked about it earlier, how Mandy Hot's so good at her preventative goalkeeping, but it's a really wise decision here to drop, protect the goal, wait and be patient. She sees that Jenna Neiswanger is putting that recovery pressure on Latsko there. She remains patient, reads, anticipates, and comes up with that huge momentum-changing save right now.
Well, we have the benefit of hindsight, of course, Laurie, and it's so much easier from up there. But do you think Veronica Latsko, when she looks back, will be thinking, I wish I'd just put it across the goalkeeper where there's perhaps a little more space?
Well, yeah, but to Jill's point, it's Gotham that does such a good job of getting numbers back behind the ball, preventing it. Mandy Hot steps out. She makes it predictable for herself, and then the numbers back. So at the end of the moment, not a lot of space for her to be able to tuck that in, whether it's the near post or the far post. And in these moments, Jackie, that's what you need. A full team effort, everyone trying to get into the attack, but also doing what they can to get back and save that play. And well done for the young goalkeeper, Mandy Hot.
Yes, 25 years of age, Mandy Hot. Became the starting goalkeeper in August when Abby Smith was injured. He spent last season in Sweden with Patea. And heart's okay, and we're back underway. And Reign will be going for the jugular in the final half hour or so of this game. Krieger comes across in the final half hour of her career. As things stand, she will be walking away with her first ever championship medal. Unless Rose Lavelle and co can breach that Gotham defense again. Can they hear? McClernand stepped in. Fishlock finds Balser in a little space. Balser with a cross. Fishlock challenged by Astaire. Sonnet. This game is far from over. Sonnet. And it was Huerta who had made the run, a little too much on it, but a nice idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And that entire play starts, though, from them being more aggressive in their approach defensively. McClernand on this near side steps hard, doesn't allow Purse to be able to get out on the counter, and then they're able to keep it and string a few passes together. That is what you need from OLReign in these moments. Dictate the tempo, move it side to side, and then look for that space to open up. Right idea from Huerta to try to get in behind that back line. Now it's about getting that pass to come off just a bit more textured in behind.
Picked up by Sonnet. Nice winger. Now it's Sheehan. Astaire. Clever ball in field to Williams as Gotham look to build. Sheehan looking for Purse. Good ball. Midge Purse has caused havoc down this right-hand side all night. 2 assists to her name. Oh, she's gone past McClernand and the ball to the far post.
Well, one thing that Midge Purse doesn't get enough credit for is her movement, picking the spaces and when she can be most effective. And right now, that's about staying out of the play initially. She gets herself isolated, gets 1v1, says thank you very much, goes right through the legs, and then gets the ball on the other side. Maybe a bit aggressive on that attempt to go for the far post. But hey, if you're feeling it, why not?
She's full of confidence, and so she should be. As Krieger takes the ball in her stride. She's been fantastic again this season, the 39-year-old. A player you know well, Laurie, just what she likes to play with.
Well, she's excellent. Been so important to the rebuild of this team, but positive, a leader, both on and off the field. And as we're seeing, just aggressive in her approach. And it is so needed in these moments. Because you mentioned earlier, the fine margins in this league, not much is separating teams, but you have to play for a little bit more.
Here we are with the 4th seed and the 6th seed battling it out. And as things stand, it's the side that finished 6th in the NWSL out of 12 who are on course for the championship. Still a long way to go. Lavelle, lovely idea with the reverse ball into Heitema. Maitane's having none of it.
And we talked about it in the Portland game in the semifinal. Maitane, Krieger doing such a good job, but this player has the ability to unlock the center backs for Gotham FC. Just her ability to wiggle herself out of pressure. You got 2 players there. She says thank you very much. The final pass, but then also what an excellent finish that is in the first half to tie this game initially. They have to continue to find her the ball and let her go once they do get into the attack.
Well, they've admitted that they really have struggled without her this season. There are only 3 regular season matches, which Lavelle and Fishlock have played together in the midfield with Rapinoe as well. And they just love her in the side. And we can see tonight just why that is. And she looks to turn away. But here's Fishlock, back to Lavelle. What can she create here? Nice idea of a ball towards Latsko. With a goal kick. Huerta. This final between two founder members of the NWSL. In 2013, Reign though have won 3 shields, finishing top of the league on 3 occasions. Their coach, Laura Harvey, has been NWSL Head Coach of the Year on 3 occasions too. They haven't as yet managed to seal the championship. There's Gotham going for another. Williams in towards Esther. Still with Esther. Now Bruninia. Dealt with by Fishlock. Really as far as Ryan. And Ryan loses her footing.
Well, it doesn't look like much because she is not a fancy player, but she has been such a good outlet, calming presence once it does come into the midfield. One touch to get it under control, second one to find Williams or Purse, switch the point of attack. There's a one little touch ball into Lynn Williams.
Now here she had with a strike from distance.
Well, she's certainly gaining in confidence, finding some really good positions to influence this game in the attack.
And now Sinead Farrelly is entering the fray for Gotham FC. And it's Yasmin Ryan, who won the championship last year with Portland, looking to go back-to-back with championship medals. And it's her teammates who are going to have to get it over the line. And what a moment for Sinead Farrelly. 7.5 years out of the game after initially being injured in a car crash. She still has so much more to give at the age of 33. She doesn't have the miles on the clock, but she certainly does have the skill in those legs. And here's Midge Purse, who could run all day, create all day as well. Hacked clear by Fishlock. We can get the best seat at the best price by becoming a Gotham FC season ticket holder. Packages for the 2024 season are now available at gothamfc.com/memberships. NWSL games are hot tickets now. There is entertainment everywhere you look. Never a foregone conclusion. Fishlock with the ball over the top.
Well, you could see McLaren on this near side saying, play me that ball, just Fishlock. And that's where they have to find that balance. And when they're going to go quickly to look for the space in behind, when can they keep it and allow for more runs to develop? Been better served if they found McLaren on this near side.
McLennan's there, Heitema miscues it, but booted forwards by Sonnet. Gotham FC going for their first NWSL title. They did win the WPS, the inaugural season in 2009 when they were known as Sky Blue. Rebranded a couple of years ago. Made the Challenge Cup final, but this would be their first victory. And it would be an extraordinary one if they were to see it through. Made by Cook.
Yeah, and in the attack, Jackie, right now for OLReign, need a little bit more something to be able to threaten behind. You have Elise Bennett that can come on. You have Angelina that can come into the midfield. That would push Roosevelt in a little bit higher. Just something that adds a little bit more fluidity, dynamism in the attack for OLReign.
Well, as Martin waits to take this, let's bring in Leanne Sanderson.
Yeah, following from what Laurie just said, tactically we know Bethany Balser and Jordan Heitema are not usually on the field of play at the same time, so it'll be interesting to see what Laura Harvey does tactically, maybe bringing on a substitute at some point soon.
Thanks, Leanne. Former England international with us on our broadcast. Here's Martin. Oh, and here's an opportunity for Niswanger, away by Cook and lashed over the bar at the second attempt by the rookie.
Well, we haven't seen a ton of it in this game so far, but Niswanger, we're so used to her getting into advanced positions, does well. They find a little bit of space in behind, and then look at the runners. She does so well, Niswanger, to keep that one on frame, calls the rebound, and then just skies it. Has to do better with that second attempt to really force a save from Claudia Dickey.
I think she would have done had it been on her left foot. That could have been ending up
fair point.
Somewhere very different. Somewhere near the top corner, I think. And she did score a fabulous goal against Reign in that 4-1 victory in Seattle in May. And it was an extraordinary game. They were 3-0 up at half-time. Having lost 4 games in a row to Reign, they went 3-0 up, and at half-time, Lynn Williams said, don't be surprised, this has been coming. Then they went 4-0 up as well before Heitema pulled the goal back, and they said that was their turning point. Ali Krieger saying, after that, we believed. And here they are in the championship game. We're hearing Quinn is preparing to come on.
Well, and just to that point, Jackie, we're so used to talking the front runners for Gotham FC, but Niswanger is so important in the attack and get high up on that left-hand side, create, combine. A lot of times she'll pinch in and create overload centrally, difficult to defend. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a bit more of that as this game goes on.
Oh, and Fishlock's ball is short, intercepted by Williams, put back with Sonnet. McLennan going towards Let's Go! She couldn't connect. She got the wrong side of Lynn Williams, and that was a glorious opportunity.
Well, and that was it. That is the ball that they will be looking for the rest of this game. The wide run from Latsko, beautiful ball in from McLaren, just picks her out perfectly and almost gets caught in between two minds, excited to get on the end of it, and then just misses it in the end. But the right run, the right ball, something that the Reign have to continue to look for as this game wears down.
Well, it's Veronica Latsko who scored that header against Angel City in the quarter-final to get them into the semi-final. And it was her cross which somehow flew over the top of all the defenders and the goalkeeper in this stadium to beat San Diego Wave, who'll be devastated not to be in this final on home turf. But huge credit to the Wave, by the way. Casey Stoney and her side finishing top of the pile in only their second season, having made the playoffs last year as well. That in itself is an incredible achievement. As Quinn comes on, and it is Latsko who's had a couple of really good opportunities to draw level, won't get a chance as Quinn, the midfielder, comes on.
Well, and there's a rotation we were talking about. Fishlock's the one that's going to move higher up the field. It does look like Heitema is going to go to that right-hand side where Latsko just came off of.
Fishlock wins it back and tried to squeeze it through to Heitema. And that was closed down. Who was drafted from Virginia Tech in 2020 on the US under-20 international. He's done really well since taking over from Abby Smith. So too Claudia Dickey up the other end. Big game for both of them. Martin under pressure from Balser. Nobody wants to be making a mistake in a final as big as this, with around a quarter of an hour or so to go. McLernan with the interception to Balser. What can Reign do here? Lofted up towards Fishlock, picked up by Sonnet. Here's Quinn. Barnes. Fishlock tries to leave it for Balser.
And those are the moments where Balzer has to stay wide. Just allows for Montane to come over, make the play. Carries the defender with her.
Sheehan to Purse. As Bruninia vacated the space she thought she was going to occupy. Away by Dickey. Balser back into midfield. It's Niswanger forwards. It's just all getting a little scrappy at the moment. Both sides trying to bring the ball under control. Now it's McLernon for Reign. Sonnet. And the ball's on for Huerta. Quinn. Canada international. Back to Quinn. And Sonnet. Just feel the tension in the air here.
Well, exactly like the first 15-20 minutes of the game, Jackie, it's about managing the emotions and knowing that you're getting down to the wire. And for OLReign in particular, just being patient. Both of these teams have shown that they can keep possession. No need to be too urgent and give these opportunities away and allow for Gotham to be able to regain possession. Lynn Williams, a player that you want on the field who's been in these positions. Once again, take the sting out of the game, slow it down in their favor.
Huerta. Now here's Sonnet. Montane has to get this right. Under pressure. Oh, there's two Reign players getting in each other's way. Balser and Lavelle. A little more activity on the bench as well. Here's Rose Lavelle. Interception by Purse, back to Fishlock. Now here's McLernon. Flicked on by Heitmer. Now here's Sinead Farrelly. Ireland international. To Williams. We're into game management territory here, Laurie. They don't want to be too negative, Gotham, but they do have a slim advantage with 10+ minutes to play. They don't want to do anything too risky.
Or give up these types of fouls. Getting close into their defensive half. It's about picking your moments when you're going to go forward with numbers, but also have good shape behind the ball. Don't leave yourself exposed, because these last 10 minutes or so, it is all about OLReign getting balls in behind, putting them under pressure defensively, get numbers into that 18-yard box and cause a lot of problems with the overloads.
Lauren Barnes to Cook, looking to float one into the path of Lavelle, but Purse is there. She's been magnificent. McLernon into Quinn. Fishlock forces Huerta wide. Patience from Reign, trying to fashion an opportunity. And Sonnet's up there. Well, Lavelle was there. Now the offside flag goes up. There's Ali Long to come on for Delaney Sheehan for Gotham. Well, Sheehan has done incredibly well this starter before. Former Paris FC player. She's really done well due to the various injuries in midfield, and somebody with a lot more experience now. Ali Long, 36 years of age. Coming back after the birth of her twins. She did play 9 weeks pregnant, by the way. She didn't realise she was carrying twins. She had no idea. Whoops.
Well, I think this is the difference right now. Jobs of experience can see this game out, calm things down centrally, and with the Megan Rapinoe injury, that changes not only the emotions around the game, but the substitution pattern. for OLReign as well. Bethany Balcer's one that's been coming off the bench to be an impact player. Well, she starts in the first few minutes, and then you have to shift things around, and you're looking to see who can come on and really push the pace for you. You've seen the rotation of Fishlock going a little bit higher, but right now that is the difference on who's coming off the bench between these two teams.
More frustration from Laura Harvey. She felt the throw-in was about to go her way. And of course, Gotham won't be in any hurry to take any kind of throw-ins or set pieces. Ally is proud to support this presentation of the National Women's Soccer League. Ally, do it right. Esther finds Purse. All hands to the pump now for both sides. Reign going in search of the equaliser. Gotham fighting to retain their advantage that would see them finish as champions for the very first time. Every single ball now fiercely contested. Nice Wonger for Williams to chase. Cook goes across. Williams so quick.
Oh, you like the run from Lynn Williams. Forces Alana Cook to have to come over outside of the center back position, try to double back. So difficult to defend Lynn Williams. She's had quite the game, and we talked about her but her work on both sides of the ball, and she has certainly shown up so far tonight.
Williams scored in the 120th minute, so the last minute of extra time in 2016. The Western New York Flash. And it's swept back in. And they ended up winning on a penalty shootout. Also with Maitani's there. And they've had to evolve really throughout the season, Gotham, making all those additions in the off-season. Williams being one of the key ones, but it really has been all change. In stark contrast to Reign, who've had a really settled side. As Long went in on Lavelle, who felt that.
Well, that was certainly a tough challenge. Ali Long just coming through her. Lavelle trying to open up right there. There's a little bit of a loose touch, but also trying to get on the half turn to go straight to goal. Doesn't see Ali Long on the backside. This comes right through her.
And there is Elise Bennett getting her taste of the action, the 23-year-old. From Washington State University. Dad Edgar was an NFL player with the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears, so he knows all about top-level sport. Brought up with it, a great help to her with injuries.
Well, that substitution, Jackie tells me that Laura Harvey is like, get the ball over the top, allow Elise Bennett to get in beyond. Force Gotham FC to have to defend, facing their own goal more than we've seen in the last 10 minutes or so.
Foul. Free kick in favor of the Reign. Bennett has scored 3 goals in all competitions so far this season. How they need one from somewhere, anywhere. Quinn. Lauren Barnes. Too much on that. And Mandy Hort will be absolutely delighted to grab that.
Well, one thing that we talked about coming into this half was the young goalkeeper stepping up. Well, Mandy Hort's done that, but this was a big moment in the game that changed the complexity of it, especially for OLReign. Megan Rapinoe going down on the far side in the opening minutes. She would be substituted out for Bethany Balcer. You can see her in the boot there, and really it's been a tough one for OLReign to come back from that injury from an emotional standpoint, but also just being able to bring on game changers, players that can influence the game later in this second half.
Oh, Purse has done really well again, upended that time by Sonnet, and that's a clear yellow card. No complaints there.
Well, Sonnet has certainly put in a shift and not afraid to go to ground and come out of that central area.
Well, Juan Carlos Amoros has just given the sub-goalkeeper Michelle Betos a message to relay to Midge Purse on the ground.
Right there, when you see the deserved yellow card on Sonnet, arm wrapped around Midge Purse's neck.
Claudia Dickey barking instructions to her defenders. So UNC coach Alison Dorrance told her she has to be more vocal and she'll be a top goalkeeper. Now she could be called upon here. Niswonger with a delivery, swinging. Quinn's underneath it. Oh, Gotham will be absolutely delighted if the last couple of minutes of this game are just very disrupted. There's Katie Stengel, match winner in the last round of the playoffs. Comes on in place of Esther, who could well be match winner in the final. Now, what a header it was. Yes, she was given space, but yes, she planted it superbly into the back of the net. And Katie Stengel will come on now and just try to see out time, just try to be clever, try to manage the game. And of course, if she can nick another goal, then imagine the scenes.
Yeah, and how good it was, Esther. Movement, getting that go-ahead goal so far. But so good occupying center backs. That opened up space for Purse. Williams on the other side to get isolated. Really the front three just clicking at the right time for Gotham FC. Put a lot of pressure on OLReign's back line tonight.
Rangers need to get hold of the ball to try to force that equaliser, which would send us into extra time. And Purse with a challenge on Bolser. Play on, says the referee. And on we go with McClernand. And Bolser still down. Now we will have a break here. And it will enable Bolser to receive some treatment, as well as the messages from each coach to get through to the players and what they want from them respectively in the stoppage time that will be added on here.
Well, it just looks like maybe the landing for Bolser as she comes down. Both players going up for it, rightfully so. Midge Purse establishing her positioning. It's a little bit of the force as they're coming down, and then Bolser gets the worst of it. That landing.
Yeah, Bolser wears that headband, by the way, because her parents advised her to a decade or so ago when she was a teenager, because they were concerned about concussion, and she's stuck with it ever since. And we're into a minimum of 5 added minutes of Verizon stoppage time, in which OLReign will be throwing absolutely everything at this Gotham defence. Gotham, though, have proved how resilient they are under Juan Carlos Amoros. He's away by Niswonger. Back to Quinn. And Quinn's lost it to Katie Stengel. And now here's Lynn Williams with pace. Quinn does well, though, to cover. Back with Sonnet. If you were to be picking a player of the match, I don't know who you'd be picking, because even though Emily Sonnet's currently on the losing side, she has been absolutely magnificent today. As Reign, though, need to create something here in added time. Well, Heitema was trying to leave it for Lavelle. She knows what magic she can sprinkle on proceedings. She already has done, not just with the goal, which was beautifully taken, but also with her flicks and touches. And there's one to Heitema. And Bolser's calling for it, and Bolser gets it, and the flag stays down. Bethany Bolser, and it's Opranina for a corner to Reign. And now the flag goes up. Well, they always have to keep it down, the flag, just in case the ball does end up in the back of the net.
Well, and that's an interesting call. I'm not sure which one is offside because Balser's clearly onside. Krieger's keeping her on in the center of the field. Wrong call from the assistant referee, and as an opportunity, even thought that Balser could have played that one across first time.
Hart with the goal kick, the free kick rather. Drives back with Barnes. 11 years at Reign, yet to win a championship. She has 3 Shield medals to her name. Will the wait go on for Fishlock, Barnes and Co. Without an NWSL championship medal to add to those Shield medals? Will Gotham come from absolutely nowhere? From bottom of the table last season with just 13 points from 22 games to the championship the following year. Or can Reign find the equaliser? Here's Huerta, known for her deliveries. Here's Quinn. Nice touch from them. Quinn dinks it in towards Alana Cook.
And that really sums up the second half for OLReign, trying to force the issue, being a bit impatient, playing the balls in behind, not the right texture, not the right pace to be able to catch out Gotham's back line. But all the credit to Gotham, committing players back, staying connected as a back four, dropping when necessary, and making life predictable for themselves defensively.
Reign a little too predictable. If it's not Rose Lavelle creating, then perhaps do they lack creativity from elsewhere?
Absolutely, and that was one of the issues that we were talking about. When Megan Rapinoe goes down, then that changes your substitution pattern. Balser is, in the last couple of games, has been more of a substitute coming on, a game changer as of late. Well, she gets more of the minutes, and then you have to go deeper into your bench. Players that aren't always used to coming in and playing significant minutes, especially in games of this championship level.
Williams battling away. Mike Tane. Barnes, who got the touch, but it's Niswanger for Williams to chase. Now she's going to be using all her experience in the 5th minute of stoppage time to try and keep this ball as far away from her own goal as possible. Cook up to Heitemer. Nice turn from her, but Krieger is there. And Ali Krieger is roughly around 90 seconds away from being crowned NWSL champion in her very, very last game. Can they see it through? Balser's going through. Hart is there.
And she's been excellent. Outside of conceding the goal, not much she could do with that against Rose Lavelle. The OLReign scored, but she's been proactive off her line, keeping the high line, because all the credit to Gotham FC. They want to bait you into playing those balls over the top. So we talk about OLReign being a bit predictable. Well, that is exactly what Gotham wants. They'll play the high line, but then they're connected as a unit defensively, and they have made this predictable for themselves all game long.
Bennett over the top. Oh, and it's there. Oh, what an opportunity for Rose Lavelle with virtually the last kick of the game. Everybody stopped with 2 Reign players down injured. And also Midge Purse, but play continued, and my goodness, Gotham were living dangerously there. Christina Uncle.
Whether or not the contact happened outside, and here it is. It's very clear. It's outside of the penalty area. The question is now whether the VAR broadly will be sending that down for potential denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The check is occurring at this moment. It has not yet been checked complete, but that will be the question. Was this a denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity behind by the hand? Ball is not yet in play. They're still checking for that. My opinion on this one, based off if it should be sent down for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and a red card should be issued for the handling offense. Referee Katja Koroleva is going to take a look at the monitor now.
Drama in stoppage time, at the end of stoppage time, as Katja Koroleva is called over to the monitor by the VAR, Kevin Broadley, with the suggestion that this is indeed a clear and obvious error from the officials, and that is a handball by the goalkeeper outside the penalty area, with Elise Bennett bearing down on goal and denying Bennett and Reign an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Let's see what Koroleva has decided. It is indeed a free kick on the edge of the box, and it is indeed a red card for Mandy Hawk, who came out of her goal. She'd hoped it was just inside the penalty area, but it was just outside. She appeared to mouth, "What do I do?" because she's so new and inexperienced in this game. And what drama we have right at the death here, that the goalkeeper is sent off. Well, former US international goalkeeper Jill Loyden is with us. What do you make of that?
Well, this is the most difficult decision for a goalkeeper to make. The ball in behind the back line, right on the edge of the box. Mandy Hawk not sure if she can come out to win it, trying to wait for it to come in the box. Elise Bennett's pressure was very good, intense pressure there. Hawk decides to take a risk and put her hands outside the box because she hesitated. And that's a really difficult height for a goalkeeper to manage. She either has to head it or take a chest touch past pressure, but the hesitation takes a risk at the end, ultimately deemed a red card.
And what a moment now for Michelle Betos, 35 years of age. Her only appearance this season has been in the Challenge Cup. And now she'll be stepping onto the field.
Well, it's one of the reasons, Jackie, that we talked about for Elise Bennett coming on to this field as a substitute for OLReign to put the keeper, put the back line under pressure. Well done from Elise Hart in that position.
Well, Christine, your thoughts on the referee, Katia Koroleva?
Current moment, as you can see, they are waiting. There is not going to be a VAR decision. So here, essentially, the tactics by the team for Gotham is to try to delay and essentially kind of stonewall this decision. As you can see here, they have put the gloves in. And effectively, there you go. There's a change of the shirt that was necessary for it. There is a lot going on. Not only did we have a dog-so VAR, we also had an additional yellow card on the head manager here for Gotham FC. The proper steps are being taken, Howard, in dealing essentially with the tactics that are happening.
Well, Neely Martin is going to have to go in goal here. This extraordinary situation. Wow, she has gone in goal before. But Mandy Hort absolutely distraught at this situation. And the fact that Gotham have run out of substitutes means a midfielder has to go in goal here and has to defend this free kick on the edge of the penalty area. So Gotham, of course, decide the 2-1 up. Deep into added time at the end of stoppage time. Reign absolutely fuming. So it's Neely Martin, a midfielder, in goal with a goalkeeper jersey because Gotham have run out of substitutes. And if they do manage to equalise, then Gotham will have to go for 30 minutes with a midfielder in goal. This is absolutely extraordinary. Can they get this free kick on frame?
And that is the key, Jackie, is keeping this on frame through traffic. You see Haitema, Roosevelt, even Huerta standing over this one.
Well, Neely Martin has been here before in this situation for Gotham. In this stadium, and it's off the wall. Martin's wall did the job for her. As Bruninia puts the ball out of play. Incredible drama. For Reign now, they simply have to get a shot on target. They have to test the midfielder in goal while they still have time at the end of stoppage time. And we don't know how long Koroleva is going to be adding on. Lavelle with a throw-in. It's away by Peirce. McClernand. Lynn Williams does really well under pressure to put the ball out of play, and now it's anybody's guess how many more seconds remain. But Reign, if they could just get a shot on goal. Oh, they've done it! Gotham have done it! Gotham FC, the 2023 champions. 2022, they finished bottom of the table with 13 points. And this will be their first NWSL trophy in their history. The wait goes on for OLReign. It's all I know. But Ali Krieger, the captain of Gotham, is a champion in her final ever game.
And just incredible sights for this team. And we've said it all season long, Jackie. They were aggressive in the offseason to bring in a new coach, new ideas, to revive the culture, set the standard. Juan Carlos Ramos has done that, but then the players. They bring in more talent, more experience, and it shows game in and game out, and then you need the momentum. The momentum, the belief, a little extra. They have that in Ali Krieger. That is what they are playing for. And in this 90 minutes, from start to finish, they got it done. A commitment on both sides of the ball, took their chances when they needed, but then everybody committed to get back defensively, not giving it away. And this is what results. A championship for that player right there, Ali Krieger, and the first one for Gotham FC.
Oh, this is a fairy tale. An absolutely extraordinary story. Megan Rapinoe ended her career so prematurely in the early stages of this game with a non-contact injury. Her teammates will have been desperate to get over the line for her as much as themselves, and for Laura Harvey in her 8th season at the club. But all the credit has to go to Gotham FC. Joy unconfined for Gotham. Neely Martin in goal for the final seconds, the midfielder. And Jess Fishlock consoles Megan Rapinoe. Well, it's time for our ally play of the match, Laurie.
Well, and set pieces can be the biggest differentiator, and look at that ball from Midge Purse. 2 assists on the night for her, just puts it on a platter for Astaire. Textbook finish, that would be the game winner, and what a goal it is for their first championship in Astaire.
Oh, stick around, we'll have the post-game show next. Right after this break, you've been watching the 2023 Ally NWSL Championship on CBS Sports.
This has got to scare a lot of people if the AFC were to have to go through Baltimore.
When it happens in the NFL. You've been listening to SiriusXM Sports. We now return you to our regular...
You've been watching?
Yes, I just want to. I watched most of the matches this week. Robbie Savage was the co-coms on the Manchester United match in Copenhagen, and he do you know why he says the football club? Well, you know it's football, and he says if you bring in new players to the football club, they're going to be better than the players that are already at the football club, or at least as good as the players are at the football club. We know it's a football club. There's no.
But a lot of people might think it isn't.
Yes. Well, yes, there is that with Manchester United at the moment. But yeah, I thought having sort of monstered Jermaine Jenas a wee bit last week, it's about time Robbie got his. But I do, obviously co-coms is quite difficult to come up with something different or something new. I quite like Darren Fletcher working with Lucy Ward. I think they work quite well. I think they were doing the Arsenal match. There was a big debate about whether Declan should be used as a number 6 or a number 8. I think use him in Europe more as a number 8, and the Premier League more as a number 6.
He's dead to you, though, Martin, now, isn't he? So you don't really care how they use him.
What?
I mean, he said that thing, it cuts you at the quick. When your player goes, and he said the other day, we are Arsenal, we don't lose 3 games in a row. And I was thinking, if you're a West Ham fan, I know he's gone, but that feels quite final, doesn't it?
It does a wee bit, but I managed to get over that, I think.
Good. So you're back tonight, Martin, are you?
I am back tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Can you tell us? Can you give us a taster of what may be coming up?
Yes. I tell you what, I interviewed the voice of Ferrero Rocher. I think it might be on tomorrow night. But I thought, it is the spirit. If Christmas means anything, it means taking those little chocolates out of the gold foil. You don't do it any other time of the year. Yeah. So, but he also does a Chelsea podcast. So there is a bit of a Jonathan Kidd.
Oh, Jonathan Kidd. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know Jonathan Kidd? He's a voiceover and an actor, and he's the son
of Sam Kidd.
Sam Kidd.
I worked with him 1,000 years ago. Something I wrote for radio that he was in. But yeah, he was a lovely guy.
Lovely guy.
That's right.
And
Orlando, that was the thing he was.
That was his dad, yeah. Sam Kidd. Great old British character actor, that's right.
Brilliant. I think he's got the record for the most... if you ever watch those 50s or 60s movies on Talking Pictures, he's got the record for the most performances in... I think he did something like 200 and odd films. Because they used to film it... they had film studios in Highbury and, Morden and all over the place. And you'd do 15 minutes filming in Morden, get on the tube, and then do 15 minutes filming elsewhere.
I'm just going to put you two to the test, by the way, Martin. What are you paying for a box of 24 Ferrero Rocher at the moment? I'm talking about retail, not club card price.
There's a shortage, isn't there? According to the Ferrero Rocher marketing board.
They did say so. What are you going to pay for 24 Ferrero Rocher?
£3.50.
Oh, Martin, blimey. When was the last time you bought something? About 1974.
£8.50.
The ambassador was in his 20s when you bought them. Andy's closer, £9.50, or if you got your Tesco club card, other supermarkets are available. You can get them for £6.
Well, there you go.
So there we are. That's the price of inflation, Martin.
Strike could threaten supplies, it says here.
That's right. We could have a shortage. We could have people fighting, windmilling over the Ferrero Rocher in the local supermarket.
Well, don't forget, you heard it first right on my show overnight. We're bringing you the big stories first.
Thank you. Yes.
We are talking to the Ferrero Rocher guy.
Brilliant. Cheers, Martin. Thanks very much.
James Maddison shoots. Oh, what's a goal? No one covers the Premier League like Tommy Smith on Grumpy Pundits.
The thing about Maddison to me is he's a brilliant individual player, but he's also a brilliant team player. He makes players around him play better. He sees passes that people only dream about. He is a man that could drive Spurs over the finish line this year.
Catch Grumpy Pundits weekday mornings at 10 Eastern, only on Sirius XM FC.
Hi, Rodney Marsh here. Did you miss out on the latest edition of Grumpy Pundits? No problem. Download the SiriusXM app today and you can hear the best soccer talk anywhere, anytime. The SiriusXM app, free for most subscribers.
I've been taking Nutrafol 4.5 years.
My hair was thinning.
I was under a lot of stress.
I like Nutrafol because it's drug-free and the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
My hair feels thicker,
stronger.
Nutrafol has taken me back to the hair I was meant to have.
Join the 1 million people growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Paid for by Nutraceutical Wellness, Inc.
I'm Scott, the owner of Solid Fire Pits. When I began welding my custom-made fire pits for friends and family, I shared them on TikTok because I was just so proud of them.
Check it out. That's beautiful.
I posted every new fire pit design, and more people kept ordering, from 26 states and counting. Then on my birthday, I had my best sales ever. Now how can the universe beat that?
Solid Fire Pits is just one of the 5 million U.S. businesses that rely on TikTok every day. TikTok sparks business.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
2 questions. Do you have a small business? Great. And do you have 5 minutes? Even better. You've got everything you need to start an application for quick, hassle-free financing from Capitus. We've helped more than 50,000 small businesses just like yours get competitive financing and the working capital they need in as little as 1 day. So, don't wait. Skip the red tape and get a decision today. Apply at Capitus.com. That's Kapitus.com.
They are among the greatest to ever play their sports.
A game-winning home run by Derek Jeter.
They are legends and icons.
The Lakers take the lead on Magic Johnson's running skyhook.
And you can hear them right now on the Sirius XM app.
We got Magic Johnson here.
Everybody got all these shows. They've been hounding me. I said, I'm only doing one, and that's Eddie Johnson. Anytime you guys need me, I'm here.
The legendary Derek Jeter. Welcome to Black Diamond.
Thanks for having me. I've been waiting for the invitation.
And for access to the game's greats, rely on the leader in sports audio. Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Across the UK, overnights with Martin Kelman.
And now, live from Talk Towers, it's the Quiz of the Week. Here's your host, Martin Kellner.
Yep, here we go. We've got Nobby in Portsmouth, we've got Linda in London, and we've got Michael in Cork in Southern Ireland. So let's talk Nobby first of all. Nobby, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Martin.
And you must be delighted with the way the season's going. There you are, top of League One.
Oh, yeah, it's terrific. Yeah, we're doing all right at the moment. Yeah, it's doing all right. Yeah, as long as we keep it going until the end of the season, then we'll be all right. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Be up into the Championship again, so happy days. What are you doing up at this time in the morning, Nobby?
Well, just woke up and I thought, yeah, I know you're on late, so I thought, yeah, I'll phone up, yeah.
Bless you, bless you. All right, Nobby, we'll be back to you for your numbers shortly. Linda, you're in London, and we've spoken before, and I've forgotten, which bit of London are you in?
Wanstead, the posh bit.
Wanstead, the posh bit. The posh bit of Wanstead. That's good. What's your? I'm doing this quiz online, which is you've got to name every single tube station on every single line in London, and I'm doing it, without cheating. So just ones that I can remember, and I'm up to 49%, which doesn't sound much. It sounds like half the tube stations, but when you think of all the lines that there are, it's going all the way out to Watford and now with the Elizabeth line going out to Reading and all that, it's not easy. So as you're actually from London, from the posh bit of Wanstead, give me a tube station that I might have forgotten, an obscure tube station.
Newbury Park?
Sorry, what was that one again?
Newbury Park.
Newbury Park, I've not got that one.
Line.
Brilliant. What's on the Central Line, isn't it? Yeah.
I can actually name every tube station on the Central Line.
Right, I think I've got most of those, because that's sort of like Ongar and Leighton and Thaden Boys and all those.
Ongar isn't on the Central Line.
Isn't it?
No.
But the Thaden Boys is, isn't it? And Leighton is, and there's East.
Snaresbrook.
Snaresbrook. Oh, brilliant.
My closest tube station, yeah.
Ah, brilliant.
Isn't this the equivalent of no Googling, Martin?
I think it is, really. Yeah, you're dead right, Mark. Absolutely. Right, don't tell me anymore. But I'll take Newbury Park, because I'm sort of, it gives it in percentage terms. I'm sort of 49.4%. So that will just get me up to 50%. Snaresbrook and Newbury Park. Lovely.
Well done.
It's brilliant Central Line knowledge there. Let's go to Michael, who's in Cork, the home of Roy Keane. Michael, it's not the only thing it's famous for. Michael, very good morning to you.
Morning, Martin.
What's your team, Michael?
Man United.
You're a Man United fan, so I suppose you'll be sort of semi-pleased with the 1-0 win over Luton. Goal scored by Lindelof, so the Manchester United forwards still not firing. Hoyland looks a really good player, but seems to get into good positions and everything. But at the moment, there's a bit of a curse sort of hanging over Manchester United.
Yeah, I don't think they've played well in any game this season so far. Really, they probably could have lost all of them. But
I know, not fun to watch at the moment. Well, and what are you doing up? What are you doing up this time of the morning, Michael?
I'm normally up at this time of the morning for work, so the weekends are a bit of a mess, so I kind of...
Yeah.
It's hard to adjust your hours, so
Tell me about
I'm kind of awake. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And why are you in... You obviously work in Cork, but you're obviously not a native.
No, I moved here 20-odd years ago, so when property was cheap. Yeah.
And what is it you do?
I'm driving. I'm a truck driver.
You're a truck driver, right. No worries.
Yeah.
I always like to say hello, all you truckers out there. You're one of them, so that's great. Right, so we've got Nobby, we've got Linda, we've got Michael. We'll start with Nobby. Strictly no Googling and no asking other people for specialist knowledge like I did. Nobby, give me a number from 1 to 46.
Let's go for 40.
Number 40 is the actor Charles Dance. Now, he was in the 70s, I believe, 70s, maybe early 80s. He was in Brideshead Revisited, which was a big series on ITV. So let me see if I can give any more Charles Dance, but definitely no Googling while I'm trying to help you with this.
I'm in the bathroom having a rollie at the moment.
Are you? Right, fair enough. That's maybe a little bit too much information. Yes.
No, Charles, yeah, I know. I reckon he's got to be in his 70s. I reckon he's going to be Charles Dance. I reckon 72.
77, so that's not bad. You're just 5 out. Well, no need for the... It's single figures. It's not bad, and it's recoverable. Let's go to Linda, who's in the posh part of Wanstead. Linda, give me a number from 1 to 46.
I wasn't paying attention. What number did Nobby give?
He gave number 40.
Oh, okay. We'll go low, 2.
Number 2. Number 2 is Ian McShane. Another...
I like him.
Do you? Good, as you know who he is. I don't need to tell you then. Ian McShane.
Let's go 63.
No, you're way out.
Oh, what? Why? No, he was in Lovejoy. Now, can't be that wrong.
No, you've got the wrong guy. You've got the wrong guy. Ian McShane wasn't in Lovejoy. Lovejoy was... let me try and remember off the top of my head. Lovejoy.
Oh, Ian McShane, was he a bit porky?
No, I don't think he was a bit porky. No, I'll tell you who you're thinking of in Lovejoy. You're thinking... No, Ian McShane was in Lovejoy.
I was going to say, I thought he was.
Yeah, you're right. You've got the right guy, but very much the wrong age. Let's see, unless I've got the wrong age. No, I'm right and you're wrong. You said 63 for Ian McShane.
Yeah.
He's 81.
No.
18 out. He's 81. I'll just check it. Ian McShane, born 29th of September 1942. So that would make him 81. So I'm right for once. Sometimes I'm wrong there. So, Linda, a bit of a suicidal one there. But you were right that he was in Lovejoy. You got the right guy, but the wrong age. He obviously looks a lot better, than you'd expect. So that's why you think he's 63. Never mind. Anyway, we'll see what Michael can do in Cork. Michael, give us a number from 1 to 46.
Number 5, please, Mike.
Number 5. Number 5 is Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, who you'll know from that famous series.
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men's the one, yeah. 2.5 Men. So Charlie Sheen.
62.
Not bad, 58, so you're 4 out. So at the end of round 1, we've got Nobby 5 out, Linda 18 out, and Michael 4 out. So back to you, Nobby. Give me a number from 1 to 46.
Let's go for 20.
20. 20 is Felicity Jones. She's a British actress, and she was in The Theory of Everything, which was the one... let me just look it up again. There we go.
I've never heard of her, mate.
I'll tell you what she's in. She's in those fantastic beasts and Where to Find Them. You know, the sort of Harry Potter follow-ups.
So she's English then?
She's an English actress. Let me see if she was in Theory of Everything. I think she played. Yeah, she was. Very attractive. She played Jane Wilde in Theory of Everything. She played basically Richard Hawkins' wife in that.
Oh right,
movie.
okay. Oh right, okay. All right, we'll try 44 then.
Not bad. 40. It's just 4 out. So yeah, still well in it. Let's go to Linda. Linda, you're going to need to be very close here. Give me a number from 1 to 46.
15.
15. 15 is Sam Moore, who is one half of Sam and Dave. Sam and Dave were a soul duo in the 60s. They did Soul Man, was a big hit for them. But it's basically a soul singer, goes back to the sort of Stax Atlantic era of the 1960s.
Okay, let's go 71.
88.
Oh.
So you're flattering all these people, making them younger. You're 17 years out there.
Okay.
So stay with us, Linda. I'm guessing you're not going to win, but do stay with us. Let's go to Michael in Cork. Give me a number from 1 to 46.
25, Martin, please.
25 is the golfer, Ernie Els. Ernie Els, the golfer. You a golf fan at all?
Yeah, 53.
Not bad, 54. So you're 1 out there. So that means that Nobby's 9 out, Linda is 35 out, and Michael is 5 out. So we'll start with you, Linda. And you're clearly not Googling, which is really good. Either you're not Googling or you want to have a word with your computer company because they're sending you the wrong way.
I'm a winner anyway. I won your book a couple of weeks ago, so I'm a winner anyway. Yes.
My actual book, was it that you won?
Yeah.
You got a book out, mine.
Yeah, I've got a book out, apparently. Linda's won. I didn't know that, but Linda's won it, so I must have a book out.
Yeah.
Have you read it at all? Or you gave it to your husband, didn't you, I think?
It's for my husband, but he said he'd read it next, but he's been reading the same book since we've been together, and that's 5 years. So we'll have to wait a while for a review.
He's a slow reader. Yeah, well, as soon as when he does read it, assuming that I'm still on the radio and haven't pegged it, tell him that I'd like a review. We're going to Michael. Is it? No, we start with you, Linda, because you're 2035 out. So give me a number from 1 to 46.
Let's go 46.
46 is Will Smith. Will Smith.
Oh, okay. He's got to be probably about 12. Let's go 53.
Not bad, 55. Oh. So, yeah. So your final score is 37. We'll go to Nobby next. Nobby, give me a number from 1 to 46.
Let's try 21.
21 is Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet. You know, from Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet. I reckon she's in her 40s. I reckon she's 48.
48 is spot on. Whoa. Spot on. Brilliant. So you're 9 out. Now, Michael, you're 5 out currently, so there's 4 between you. And I have to ask you to answer quite quickly because, this is getting tense now. Michael, give me a number from 1 to 46.
25, Martin, please.
25 we had, that was Ernie Els, the golfer.
Oh, sorry, 20.
Yeah. 20 we had, that was Felicity Jones. Good job I'm not doing the penalties here. Give me another one.
19.
19 is Harry Hill. Harry Hill.
Oh. My age, I would think. 56.
59. So you're 3 out, which has worked out very well for you because it means your final score is 8. You were just 3 out on that one, despite Nobby being spot on with his last one. His final score is 9. Linda, we can forget about. So Michael 8. Nobby 9. Well done, Michael. If you stay on the line, give your details to Stuart, you'll get the prize. which is this Gary Newbon book. Looks rather good. Excellent. We'll have a short break, and after that we'll do How Old Cary Grant, the Semi-Professionals.
Hi, this is Glenn Crooks from the Coaching Academy. Every week I speak with top coaches and mentors at all levels, like Jim Curtin, Greg Berhalter, Vlatko Adanovsky, Carly Lloyd, and more. Coaching education, player development, and how to gain an edge. While you can listen on Sirius XM FC 157, you can also listen on your own schedule with the SXM app. Just download from the App Store or Google Play and take Sirius XM everywhere you go, including the Coaching Academy. And tell your friends they can get a free trial.
Hey everyone, Brian Dunseth. For the latest from the Premier League to MLS and everything in between, join Tony Miola and myself weekday mornings on Counterattack at 10 Eastern on Sirius XM FC channel 157 and anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Inventory management and procurement have a new champion, Fastenal. With local teams to handle your stocking, plus agreements with national brands, Fastenal can shine a light on the forgotten corners of your supply chain. To fully eliminate your supply chain, you'll want a partner like Fastenal, with local teams ready to help you. Fastenal, where industry meets innovation. Learn more at fastenal.com/SiriusXM. That's FASTENAL.com/SiriusXM.
Picture this, your dog meeting their best furry friend forever. Where? At Dogtopia, of course. They're an open-play dog daycare, boarding, and spa facility. And they're designed to help your dog socialize and exercise in a fun and safe environment. You can even watch your dog's most exciting day ever with Dogtopia's webcams. To find a Dogtopia near you and schedule a meet and greet, visit dogtopia.com.
MassMutual knows that finances can lead to uncomfortable conversations. We should talk about our finances.
Sure. How about Friday evening?
Soccer practice. Saturday morning?
Soccer game. Maybe Wednesday night?
Girls' night. How about Thursday?
Guys' night.
Let me see your phone. So next time we're both free is 3 months from now. According to calendar.com, the average American schedules less than 4.5 hours a year for finances. Your finances deserve more. Go to massmutual.com today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Kelly Clarkson here, everybody. Get ready for the Kelly Clarkson Connection.
Connecting the music she loves.
Everything from Rosemary Clooney to Aerosmith.
The music she's inspired by.
The Queen, y'all. Aretha Franklin. Possibly my biggest influence vocally.
And her own award-winning catalog.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what you're going to get here. So you're welcome in advance. My SiriusXM channel.
The Kelly Clarkson Connection.
Channel 12. And on the SiriusXM app. Free with all trials and popular plans.
Across the UK, overnights with Martin Kelman.
So here we go with How Old Cary Grant, the Semi-Professionals. The weekend as a whole, at the moment, Stuart is 17 out. Mark is 12 out. So there's just 5. Yeah, there's just 5 between them. You're in the lead, Mark.
Yeah.
But these numbers are well spread out. I don't know whether you've done any research on this or been given a bum steer on it. But give us a number from 1 to 46.
I'm going to go for number 1.
Number 1 is Denise Coates. Denise, we mention her a lot, or at least we used to.
Yeah.
When the man who is dead to us now used to be on, he and I would talk about Denise Coates, who is the owner of Bet365.
Oh, yeah.
She's got this huge mansion in Staffordshire, Cheshire.
Very nice.
She owns the whole county, basically. She got an extra swimming pool.
Yeah, Martin helped build that.
So, yeah, I certainly did. So, yeah. There's a little bit of that deep end is thanks to me. So, Denise Coates, how old do you think she is?
I'm going to go for 60.
Not bad, 56, just 4 out. Stuart, give me a number from 1 to 46.
27.
27 is Matthew McFadden. Do you know who Matthew McFadden is?
I know the surname, but it's not from what I think it is.
Right. Let me give you a little bit of guidance. As much, I don't want to sort of. Let's see. I was just doing the tube thing, so I have to get off that now. It's a great game. It's a brilliant game because I'm remembering all sorts of tube stations from years ago. I know that the ones going north, I'm fine on those, Piccadilly line right to the end there. Right, let me tell you, Matthew McFadden. Here we go. He's an English actor, and you probably know him best. Did you watch Succession?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's a fantastic show in Succession. Played the husband of Sarah Snook.
Okay.
None of this is helping you.
No.
Tom Wamsgans was the name of the character.
Very good. Very good.
But it's a fairly recent series. So,
I mean, I know I'm aware of Succession. I know it's been around quite recently, because obviously
it's a great series.
Yeah, it's a fantastic series. Even though I've not watched it.
That's another. You know what that's like. I was talking about online reviews. That's like a review. That's like a false review. And I'm saying that because I've got a text here. A tweet from Colin Fletcher who says, "Speaking of reviews, I recently had a tooth out. Later on the same day, I received an email from the dentist asking me how my experience was. I just replied, rather painful, but thanks for asking." It's brilliant. What were we saying?
I have no idea, but if you played a husband of a woman in Succession, I'm going to say he's going to be probably playing someone who is mid to late 40s, so I'm going to say he is 45.
Not bad, 49. So it's 4-all. You're 4 out, and Mark's 4 out. This is exciting. Now, I'm getting excited. Give me a number, Mark, from 1 to 46.
I'm going to go for 45. Please, Martin.
45. You're doing well with these. Jarvis Cocker. My good friend Jarvis Cocker.
Yeah.
I've mentioned him before, Sheffield and everything.
Yeah. Did that thing with Michael Jackson, didn't he? Was that the Brits? I can't remember what it was.
It was the Brits, yeah.
What did he do with Michael Jackson?
Well, he insulted it. Well, did he squirt water at him or something? Or?
No, I think he was just doing a silly dance, wasn't he, in front while Michael Jackson's thing was going on. So a load of children came on and sang the song with him, and he started sort of doing something silly at the front.
I don't quite remember that incident. I'll look it up, the Michael Jackson incident. But I've told the story lots of times about his stepfather being the chief engineer at Radio Hallam when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've told that story before. So he used to bring his little stepchild in, and that was Jarvis Cocker.
That's so cool.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
So let me. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah, the Michael Jackson incident. We want to get it right. We don't want my old friend Jarvis Cocker suing us. So Michael Jackson incident, that could be anything though, couldn't it? Michael Jackson incident, Jarvis Cocker, Jarvis, there we go. So let's say, yes, here we go. Why Jarvis Cocker mooned Michael Jackson's Brits performance.
I didn't know he mooned.
He mooned him, apparently.
I don't think it was a full-on moon.
No, I don't think it was.
Like a comedy moon.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Here we go. Why Jarvis Cocker mooned Michael Jackson's Brits performance. The Brit Awards 1996.
Wow.
A long time ago. Yeah. Will always go down as the day the Pulp frontman stole the King of Pop's thunder during Earth Song. But why did he do it? Picture the scene. It's the Brit Awards and Global Studio, blah-de-blah-de-blah, Earth Song, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Jarvis Cocker shows up and bends over to wave his bottom on national TV.
That's right, yeah.
You can watch the whole incident unfolding. This is... I'll tell you, I'm looking at a different radio station's website here. This is Radio X's website. So I'm not going to click through because that will just make... Are they global? Are they part of global? Yeah. I just don't want to make global any richer than they already are. Despite my saying, I think a few weeks ago, Radio X has closed down now. They obviously haven't because they've still got a website. How old do you reckon Jarvis Cocker is?
OK, I'm going to go for the big 60.
And you're dead right. He's exactly 60.
Yes.
Exactly 60.
Nice.
Stuart, give me a number from 1 to 46.
45. 2.
42. 42 is... Mark, congratulations, you won tonight. 42 is the Australian fast bowler Jeff Thomson.
It's a shame I knew that one.
All right,
How old do you reckon?
Yeah, you can have it.
You can have that.
42.
You're so far out, you wouldn't believe it. He was. It was a great story. Thomson and Lilly were two fast bowlers for the Aussies back in the 70s, I suppose, late 70s, maybe early 80s. And they absolutely ripped apart the English batsmen in that era.
Do you know what? I think I've heard the stories.
Yeah, they're very famous. You do see Jeff Thomson. He was on a programme I saw recently, a documentary about the golden era Australian cricket. So how old are we saying?
Do you really want me to guess after Mark's just kind of guessed?
Well, Mark guessed, but I told he was way out.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't he? What do you reckon, Jeff Thomson?
I reckon he's going to be 78.
73, not bad. 5 out. Ooh. So, Mark. Now, I don't know whether I ought to, because you've not got any penalties in this one.
No.
Did you write down the numbers? Did you take a photograph of the numbers?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that anymore because I'm giving a bum steer.
You're giving the wrong ones.
I know the cheek of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, give us a number from 1 to 46.
Okay. I'm going to go for number 4, please.
Number 4 is Kieran Culkin, who is Macaulay Culkin's brother, and remarkably also in Succession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you watched Succession?
No. Do you know what? It's on the list. It's on the list.
It's a great show.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's about a media magnate, a media mogul, not based on anyone we would possibly know in any way whatsoever. But he's in it, Kieran Culkin. So what are we saying?
Okay. It's a complete guess. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for 40.
41, you're one out. Yeah. Stuart, just for fun now, really, give me a number from 1 to 46.
34.
34 is Arlo Guthrie.
Oh, yes.
Arlo Guthrie.
I love Arlo Guthrie, yeah.
I thought you would. You'll be familiar with his work from the great song called Alice's Restaurant Massacre.
Oh, what a song.
What a song. Ask Paul Ross about Alice's Restaurant Massacre.
Okay.
He'll tell you all about it.
Is it Woody Guthrie's son?
It's Woody Guthrie's son. Okay. Woody Guthrie, you'll remember, Stuart, as the guy who inspired Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was a huge fan. You know who Bob Dylan is.
Yeah, no.
So let's see. We've managed to find someone in all this that you will have heard of. Bob Dylan.
Yeah, but I'm not guessing Bob Dylan's age.
No, you're not. Well, if you work out how old Bob Dylan is, then he saw Woody Guthrie as his sort of mentor. So obviously Woody Guthrie goes way back. He's no longer with us.
Yeah, of course. So
Bob Dylan is He's now in his 70s, nearly 80. I think he might even be 80. So therefore, Arlo Guthrie, who was Woody Guthrie's son,
it's going to be around
the same age as Bob Dylan, you would suggest. Maybe 2 or 3 years younger than Bob Dylan.
Could you give him any more help?
Let's go for 74.
76. Just 2 out. So your final score is 11. Mark's final score is 5. So Mark not only wins the weekend, but wins tonight as well. So congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
Hard lines, Stuart. Very
Next
good with
week,
the Arlo
we go
Guthrie
again.
at the end there. Yeah, we should play the whole of Alice's Restaurant Massacre. It's 18 minutes 20 seconds long, and I know that because when I used to do a show on Radio Hallam, as a young boy DJ. And the show went from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. There's another primetime show that I had there, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And occasionally I knew a place that was open but closed at about 2:15. I used to like to go for a little nightcap, and I would put on this 18-minute 20 seconds. I'd backtime it right to the IRN news at 2:00, and so I'd put it on at whatever it was, like 41:40 or whatever, and say goodbye. And I would be in there, but while my show was finishing, I'd be in there having a small drink.
Hoping the record didn't have a scratch in it.
There was that as well, yeah. And it was records in those days as well. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're playing a bit of it now.
We're going to play the whole thing.
Just the name of the song.
Yeah. We'll be 20 minutes late with the news. What the hell? News and sport to come. Next hour of the show, we're going to be having some clips of the week, which I'm reliably informed are really good. Stuart Weir will join us as well for a look at the Sunday papers. All that to come. News and sport next.
Santa baby, bring on the merry and bring on the bright. Sing along with modern holiday hits on Holly, Channel 79. Or revisit Christmas Past with the nostalgic sound of holiday traditions on Channel 71.
Christmas.
Listen now through Christmas Day and enjoy dozens of unique holiday channels anytime you want in the SiriusXM app.
Tom Rennie here from SiriusXM FC, North America's only 24/7 soccer station.
Where the insane becomes the normal and the expected.
Wake up with me, Ray Hudson and Charlie Stinatano on The Football Show. Weekday mornings at 7 Eastern on SiriusXM FC, 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Stop fuel from gelling this winter with Howe's Diesel Treat, North America's #1 trusted anti-gel. Right now, you need Howe's Diesel Treat more than ever. Not only to keep you gel-free, but to fight the shortcomings of today's ULSD by adding vital lubricity, removing water, and preventing deposits. The only guaranteed anti-gel on the market, Diesel Treat also boosts fuel economy and improves performance. This winter, do yourself a favor and add Howe's Diesel Treat at every fill-up. Visit HowesProducts.com for more information.
Attention drivers, XPO is launching a new over-the-road operation designed exclusively for team drivers. You'll run dedicated routes between XPO facilities in brand new sleeper trucks with in-house no-touch freight. A typical work week is 5 days on the road followed by 2 days of well-deserved home time. XPO team drivers receive full health benefits on day one, paid holidays, PTO, 401k, and more. Connect with a recruiter to learn more at xpo.com/teams. That's xpo.com/teams.
The holidays are here already? Yep, so close. What are you doing this year? Going to Mom's. Maybe some skiing. Sounds like a plan. Well, it's not actually booked. That requires work. Book with OneTravel.com. They have amazing deals on hotels, airfare, cars, and vacation packages. They do all the work, so you can do nothing. My favorite holiday activity.
Book your holiday trip at OneTravel.com. Download the OneTravel app or call 888-217-2722. OneTravel.com or 888-217-2722. Plan it, book it, live it.
Life's big questions. Will I find the perfect partner? The right career? Happiness? You can spend a lifetime looking for the answers. Or just talk to California Psychics. Our psychics are available 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
SiriusXM FC 157.
You're listening to SiriusXM. SiriusXM Radio.
Hi, this is Glenn Crooks from the Coaching Academy. Every week I speak with top coaches and mentors at all levels, like Jim Curtin, Greg Berhalter, Vlatko Adanovsky, Carly Lloyd, and